Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Marcus Rosa, aka Mazuma TV, back at y'all with some more boxing talk, man. This is gonna be my live fight commentary, my live fight reaction, round by round commentary for Andy Cruz versus Raymond Muratalla, along with Jesse Hart versus Khalil Coe. It's about to go down. It's on and popping. You feel what I'm saying? Jesse Hart is being introduced in the ring right now. They both made their ring walks. It's official. It's locked in. This was a heavily controversial fight, considering the fact that Khalil Coe had came in 7 pounds overweight. Jesse Hart came in at the weight limit, but Jesse Hart did not allow this fight to get scrapped. He did not allow it to be canceled whatsoever. So he's here. He's ready to fight. Khalil Coe, he's ready to fight. Jesse Hart made a lot of sacrifices in order for this fight to happen, not just on his side with making weight, but even conceded to Khalil Coe keeping a majority of his purse after being 7 pounds overweight. You see what I'm saying? Nevada State Athletic Commission let it go as well. So Khalil Coe is being introduced right now. Before we get into this, man, leave y'all predictions below. Is Jesse Hart going to pull off the W? Is Khalil Coe going to maintain his momentum and get this victory over Jesse Hart? We're about to see, man. Jesse Hart, you know what I mean? Very experienced dude. Joe Smith Jr., Gilberto Ramirez twice. Since then, he's been falling back. He's been doing Team Combat League and lower level fights. This is a big fight for both of these guys. Whoever wins this fight is going to come out and do some great things at light heavyweight, possibly get an interim belt, possibly even contend for a world title next. You never know with the sport of boxing. You feel what I'm saying? So the bell is about to ring. It's about to be on and popping. I'm rooting for my guy Jesse Hart to pull off this victory, but we can't sleep on Khalil Coe, despite us, being able to make a strong case that he may be underprepared, unfocused for this fight. You know what I mean? Coming off of an injury, we're about to see, man. The belt is about to ring. We about to get it on and popping. Shout out to everybody that's in the building thus far. Shout out to my boy Coffee Plant. We in here. Let's go. Round one starts. Jesse Hart's aggressive immediately with his jab. Looks significantly bigger than Khalil Coe. Not from a frame perspective, but definitely from a height perspective. Jesse Hart, has to be every bit about, he got to be about 6'3". You know what I mean? Khalil Coe, not too tall on his end, probably in the low. He may be in the 6 foot area, 5'11" area, but regardless, from what I've heard, Khalil Coe does blow up in weight, so this is a bigger guy. You know what I mean? And he's strong. He packs a punch, but that's not to sleep on Jesse Hart. He has a devastating right hand in his own case. You know what I'm saying? So Jesse Hart is attempting to be the aggressor thus far in the fight. Khalil Coe just watching, monitoring, seeing what, Jesse Hart comes out with. Ooh, that was a big right hand from Jesse Hart. Khalil Coe took that shot pretty well. And, I think this is a fight that doesn't – I don't think this fight goes 10 rounds. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion. I think both of these guys pack a punch. You know what I mean? Both of these guys are capable of finishing each other. Pause. You know what I'm saying? And they're dangerous, man. They're dangerous in their own right. So we're about to see. I'm seeing Khalil Coe trying to set up a big shot over the top. He's feinting, downstairs. Jesse Hart keeping his eyes open, though. He's keeping his eyes open and keeping a good jab on Khalil Coe so far. So, Jesse Hart, I'm not going to necessarily say he's in control right now, but he has the momentum so far. May not be much, but so far he seems to be the one that's put it in more work. But Khalil Coe's walking to him. He's staying composed. He's staying composed. I guess pacing himself. We don't know exactly what Khalil Coe has in the tank. Beautiful slip right hand from Khalil Coe. So, he might have lulled Jesse Hart to sleep with that shot right there. I don't know if that necessarily got Jesse Hart attention, but it was a big shot from Khalil. So both of these guys have landed good shots on each other so far. Good competitive scrap so far. I'm not going to say anybody's really dominating so far. It is the first round. But yeah, man. I like Khalil Coe's composure. I like how he's staying patient. And that was a big right hand from Jesse Hart. That looked like they got Khalil Coe attention a little bit. Yeah, there's some good shots that's being landed in this first round. I see 2 right hands. Jesse Hart landed. Khalil Coe landed a good right hand off of a slip. So this is a good back and forth so far, man. This is a good back and forth so far. We got 15 seconds left in the round over where I am. I don't know exactly how far along you guys are, but the 10-second bell just went off. So this is about to be the end of the first. You see what I'm saying? So that'll be the conclusion of the first round. If I had to get that round to anybody, I'm gonna go ahead and get at the Jesse Hart, just because I thought that he was a bit more active with his jab. This was a fill out. This was just a round for Khalil Coe to get in the mix. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna really hold this too heavily against him, but Jesse Hart did seem to be more active with his jab, and he landed some clean right hands. Jesse, throughout the course of the first round, I only seen Khalil Coe land one big clean shot. You know what I'm saying? I just thought Jesse Hart was more active, so I'm gonna give that first round to Jesse. 1-0 Jesse so far, but nobody, really taking no crazy damage. It doesn't look like a blowout thus far. They just saw Jesse Hart landing a good right hand. Khalil Coe, ooh, that was a good right hand right there. That was a good right hand. Yep. So I think they agree with me thus far, just based off of the highlight reels that they gave Jesse Hart that first round. So we got plenty of more rounds to go. So we're about to see what's going on. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Shout out to Jalil Aziz Jr. What up? Jay, what's going on, brother? How we feeling? Talk to me, man. What's y'all predictions? Y'all ain't even let me know how y'all feeling about this. Like I said, though, I don't think this fight is going 10 rounds. These guys are punching with bad intentions, both sides. Khalil's not that active, but when he is shooting, it's not sweet. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a matter of time before one of these guys, because we've seen both of these guys visibly hurt in the ring before. Like, we've seen Khalil Coe get stopped. Jesse Hart, we haven't seen him get stopped thus far in his career, but we have seen him get dropped. We have seen him get hurt multiple times. So it's not, improbable, or I'm not going to say improbable. It's not impossible for neither one of these guys to touch the canvas or possibly get stopped. You feel what I'm saying? Ooh, like Jesse Hart. Jesse Hart's sharp right now. Khalil Coe just tried to counter him. He anticipated it, and he countered the counter. So Jesse Hart's mind right now is super sharp. He's focused. I was a little bit worried about his mind frame going into this fight, considering how emotional he was at the weigh-in. But to be fair, both of these guys were being a bit emotional. So but Jesse Hart was a little bit more amped up. You feel what I'm saying? So I was just worrying that would carry over to the fight. But he seems composed. He seems focused. And he's keeping that jab on Khalil. Khalil's having a little trouble gauging the distance right now. What I think he's waiting for is Jesse Hart to, step in just a little bit too much so he could counter him over the top. But I think if Jesse Hart keeps that range, Khalil's going to have to make some decisions where he's going to have to, come in behind his upper body movement. He's going to have to come in behind his jab. We don't see that jab that he put on against Gallegos in his last fight. We definitely aren't seeing that. So that just lets you know that Jesse Hart is bringing a totally different obstacle for Khalil Coe right now. That was a nice right hand from Jesse Hart. Jesse Hart is landing some clean right hands on Khalil thus far. Khalil's not anticipating Jesse's counter. He's countering, but he's not really prepared. It doesn't seem like he's really set or prepared for Jesse Hart countering his counter. So Jesse's boxing real well right now. I like the jab. Oh, we gotta watch some shots behind the head, ref. That was unnecessary. That was a little crazy. Khalil Coe with a little rabbit punch in the clinch. I'm not really too fond of that. But yeah, Jesse's serious, man. Jesse's locked in. He's about business right now. He looks up to Bernard Hopkins, you know what I'm saying? The executioner, the greatest Philly fighter of all time, in my opinion. Jesse Hart really, looks up to him. You can tell he carries a similar mentality to Bernard. You know what I mean? Being about business, trying to get the job done, winning by any means, and taking on big challenges. You feel what I'm saying? So Khalil Coe, I'm going to actually get that round to Jesse Hart too. So great job. Let me hear exactly what Greg Hackett has to say. Great instructions from Greg, man. One of the things that he said that really stood out to me, he said that they up 2-0, which I agree with. He also said that Khalil Coe is going to get desperate and start launching them right hands. And I believe that's something that he's going to do too, because when we seen these last 2 rounds, Khalil Coe has been having trouble, closing the gap with Jesse Hart. You know what I'm saying? So I do think he's going to start to get a bit, aggressive and start trying to shoot things. So Jesse Hart has to keep that defense on point. So great instructions from Greg Hackett, man. Very, very knowledgeable dude. We had him on the channel several times already, and he's always a pleasure to speak to. So, shout out to Greg for putting on some great instructions. That was a great jab from Khalil Coe. He caught Jesse Hart going backwards a little bit. So Jesse definitely got to do what Greg said and bring that left hand back too, because you already know them right hands going to come down the pipe pretty soon. So, yeah. I see Khalil Coe trying to sneak in some little body shots in the clinch. But Jesse's doing a pretty good job of smothering him. See, Khalil Coe just threw a feint and Jesse bit on it. But because he countered that feint in combinations, Khalil pretty much froze up. So that was a good job on Jesse Hart's behalf too. Look like Khalil's still trying to figure shit out right now, man. He's showing the ring general shit, man. Look at that. Wow, he just slammed Jesse Hart on the canvas. Look at that frustration. That needs to be taken. That needs to be a point taken away. This ain't WWE. This ain't nigga. We not Khabib out here in these streets, bro. That's unnecessary. That's frustration on Khalil's part. He needs to be taking a point from that. Yup. Great job from the referee. That was unnecessary. So now you down 4 rounds because you want to get frustrated. No, you did that. Khalil's trying to make it seem like it was Jesse's fault. No, you did that out of frustration. Now, if I'm Jesse Hart, that's motivating me. Not in an angry way, but that's letting me know I'm doing something right. So hopefully Greg tells him that. Don't get out of pocket. You know what I mean? Don't get upset. You know what I mean? You stay composed. You're doing what you need to do. That's frustration. And Jesse's lining that right hand. I'm trying to tell you, Jesse got some steam on that right hand. Khalil need to be a little bit more responsible. So you down 2 rounds. Now you just lost a point. So you may possibly be down 4 rounds after this third. It's not a good start for Khalil Coe at all. I'm not going to lie to you. You know what I mean? Because getting a point taken away is just as good as being knocked down in a round. So, unless it's a 9-8 round, I mean, you're still down regardless. Yep, they just said it's not a good start for Khalil Coe. See? Definitely frustration because he's having trouble catching Jesse. Jesse's using his legs. He's keeping his range. He's fighting like a tall fighter. And whenever Khalil is able to get close, Jesse's tying him up. So he's putting on a great display of boxing. You could tell Jesse and Greg Hackett whipped up a beautiful game plan for Khalil. I wonder what Rasheem's saying in the corner. I'm not hearing him right now. I only ever heard Greg in the corner so far. I got to hear what Rasheem got to say because he's a knowledgeable coach in his own right. So I'm sure he's giving Khalil some information that could be pretty useful. Yeah, Khalil's getting frustrated. He's very frustrated. But this is where experience plays a role, Junior, because you're saying that Jesse kept his composure because Jesse actually been through shit in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Like that Gilberto Ramirez fight, he said he had his ribs broken that fight. He kept fighting. He got dropped against Gilberto Ramirez. He got up. Joe Smith Jr., he got hurt in that fight. He been through some things. So because he's been in the worst case scenarios thus far, he knows how to respond when being in high pressure moments. So when people say, resumes don't win fights, or experience, and it's like, yeah, from a technical aspect, you may be right. Hold on, let me see what Rasheem got to say. And Khalil lost that round too, just to be clear. Rasheed said he gotta let them hands go, but it's a little difficult to let them hands go. You can't find the range. See, that was really disrespectful. I mean, it's boxing. You ain't got to be respectful in the ring, but that's very unnecessary. That's very unsportsmanlike. And that could, if Jesse Hart would have hurt his shoulder, so that's an automatic DQ. So you got to be mindful of those type of things. You know what I'm saying? But he's up even though we in the 4th round, he's already up 4 rounds because they took a point. So very, very okay. Now Khalil stepping it up. You can see he picking up the intensity. He listening to his coach Rasheed. Rasheed said, "Let his hands go." But in order to put himself in position to let his hands go, he has to close that gap. Can he take away Jesse Hart's jab? They talking in there right now. We got to see that jab that Khalil Coe put on display in his last one. You see what I'm saying? Where he avenged that loss. We need to see that same jab. He's having a lot of difficulty. We see Khalil Coe switching southpaw right now, trying to find a different angle, trying to find a different shot, that, you know, a different approach. But, you know, Jesse Hart's experience in that department as well. Like, he faced Gilberto Ramirez. You can't tell me he's not experienced with southpaws. Yeah, man. If he'd hit his head on the canvas or whatever the case is, and Jesse wasn't able to continue, now you're talking a DQ, and then we would have been cut from a highly anticipated fight. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be more mindful of those things. You can't let your frustration get the best of you in these situations, especially when it's an important fight like this. Like, this is a must-win for both guys, to be honest with you. Yeah, Khalil is having a really tough time figuring out the range with Jesse. Jesse's in complete control when it comes to distance right now. I think what Jesse's trying to do is frustrate him, and then considering the fact that he came in overweight, that lets me know that he may be a bit out of shape, Khalil Coe at least. So he may gas out in them later rounds. You know, when it comes to 8, 9, the 8th, 9th round, you know, Khalil might be in trouble, man. Oh my God. I think Jesse got the right, like, he got the right hand right there, but he's delaying it just a little bit. He needs to put the right hand, in my opinion. He needs to put the right hand right behind the jab. If he's able to do that, he's missing it just a little bit, man. When Khalil slows down a little bit, he might be more aligned for that right hand, because he's able to slip. He's able to smother that right hand. But when it starts slowing down and you got to be a bit economical with your energy, he may run into one. So Jesse's just a little off the mark with that right hand, man. It's like that, like the bullet grazing him. Woo-wee! Good right hand from Jesse Hart. That one landed, but Khalil took that well. We're in the 4th round right now. I can't give a single round to Khalil Coe so far. This one might have been a little bit closer, but that right hand that Jesse just landed was the cleanest punch of that round, in my opinion. So how y'all guys got it? Let me know. Is this an easy score? Is this an easy fight to score or not? Let me know. For Hart. Yeah. Well, since they took the point, he really up 5 rounds, but if you're going by straight rounds, 4-0. Good instructions from Greg. Greg's showing out right now. I love it. I love it, man. Pretty much saying that Khalil Coe is anticipating the right hand, so give him a different look. You know what I'm saying? Shoot that left uppercut instead. You know what I'm saying? And that's great advice. You know what I mean? You do want to switch it up to give people different things to look at. If your main goal is to land the right hand, the last thing you should have your opponent worrying about is your right hand. Give them different looks. Hook off the jab. That left uppercut, like Greg said, you know, lead with the right hand. Bring the jab around. See, Jesse Hart's doubling that jab right now. Khalil keeps resetting. The fact that they gave Khalil, how Chris Manners gave Khalil Coe that 4th round? What did Khalil Coe land in the 4th round? Yeah, like, I don't, what the fuck is Chris Manning scoring, bro? That wasn't even. Trying to listen to Chris Manning saying, so now he's saying he got a 4-0. That was a good shot from Khalil Coe. Looked like it got Jesse's attention a little bit. It's the 5th round. Things are starting to slow down right now. So we're about to see exactly um, who really, ready. See what I'm saying? Pace is slowing down a little bit. It's a little bit more thinking in there. The thing is, Jesse's throwing that jab so big. Khalil's already anticipating the right hand, so he has to do a little. He definitely has to follow Greg's instructions. You got to switch the approach up, so he doesn't anticipate the right hand. You got to pretty much take that right hand up out of his mind. You know what I mean? You got to lull him to sleep. Jab, hook off the jab. You feel what I'm saying? Double up the jab. Like, keep his mind off of that right hand, and when he least expects it, then you drop it. Ooh, good right hand. He just grazed him with the right hand. Yeah, Jesse's boxing really well. I got him comfortably up so far. That was another big right hand from Jesse. Ooh. Jesse he too big with his punches right now, man. He just has to turn him. He's a little too big with it. Ooh. I wonder how much Khalil Coe weigh right now. I'll get that around the Coe. I'll get that around the Coe. Just because Jesse Landis. Jesse Greg repeating the same instructions from the last round because Jesse is taking the same approach. He's being too predictable. See? I get it around the what's 210? What's 210, Belly? You said his weight 210, probably 205. I think he in the 200s. Damn. He definitely in the 90s. I know that for a fact. Am I missing something? Like, is Khalil Coe always been a southpaw or what? Or is this just an approach he taking with Jesse? I'm confused. Oof. Just the shots are too big for Jesse, man. Khalil Coe see him all day. You loading up too much. You got to put them behind each other, man. Can't give me no time to think. You got to flow, Jess. So we're in round 6 right now. Like I said, I gave Khalil Coe the last round. But besides that, it's been all Jesse Hart. And it ain't necessarily because Jesse Hart is like doing crazy things in there or just putting a whooping on Khalil Coe. That's not what it is. He's just boxing him. He's just having the better moments boxing. You see what I'm saying? It looked like Jesse Hart starting to stand his ground a little bit more. I see him ripping some body shots. Didn't really see anything that got in too clean. But I think he's gonna attempt to walk to Khalil Coe now and try to break him down. But I really feel like Khalil still looks strong. He still looks explosive. I wouldn't really take that approach yet. You feel what I'm saying? Oof. That was a good uppercut from Khalil. See, that's what I wouldn't do right now. I wouldn't do that. Yeah, Jesse legs look a little cooked. That shot hurt him, I think. He played it off, but that shit looked like it hurt him. Yeah, Jesse legs don't look good, y'all. Jesse legs do not look good. Yeah, they might take a point off Jesse. They just took a point off Jesse now. Now this is where shit's gonna start to get a little iffy. This is where shit gonna start getting a little iffy. Jesse gotta get back on his game. Cause they gonna give Khalil this round. You got 20 seconds left. If you don't do nothing crazy, they're gonna give him this round. So I don't really think sitting in the pocket is gonna be a great approach for Khalil. Like I said, Khalil still looks sharp, he still looks strong. You gotta do what you was doing in them early rounds. Just keep him outside with that jab. Banging with him is not gonna be it. You feel what I'm saying? All right, I get that round to Khalil too. Teach definitely called it for the holding though, so they. Greg is really animated. I think he understands. He understands the moment. He's trying to motivate his fighter. It was weird. That was a weird shot. It was an uppercut, but it got him like right on the button. And it looked like Jesse didn't respond too well to it. And that excessive holding got him the point. So Jesse may still be up, but if Khalil ends these rounds close, this shit might end in a draw, y'all. This shit just might end in a draw if Khalil Coe, or he might edge it out by a round if he allows Khalil Coe to establish himself. It's just Jesse being predictable with the offense, man. It's the same thing. I wonder how heavy Khalil is because he's getting hit with some clean shit and he ain't going nowhere. That's making me think it's because of how big he is. So they gave him 2 rounds in a row because, so check this shit out. They gave Jesse 4 rounds. They gave Khalil 2. There's 7. There's this round 7, 8, 9, 10. If Khalil is able to get these fucking 4, he might edge it out by a point. So Jesse gotta win a couple of these rounds, man. You gotta try to win every round as a fighter. You never know what the judges are thinking. But based off of what we seeing, Jesse gotta get back on his bicycle. He gotta keep boxing. Because what you're doing is you're giving Khalil confidence when he's landing these punches. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to put him in that situation. That's not Jesse holding. It's really Khalil smothering himself. Ooh, good left hook from Khalil. Come on, Jesse. You got to bring them hands back, brother. Got to bring them hands back. Yeah, this is getting ugly, y'all. Jesse got to get back on that bicycle, man. Sitting in the pocket too long with Khalil could be dangerous. See, another left hook from Khalil. See? This is what's going to make you lose these rounds. You turn it into a sitting duck. You got to do what was working for you. And Jesse's legs don't look right, man. Jesse's legs look a little shaky right now. I don't know if it's the fatigue. I don't know if it was a shot from that 6th round that he felt that he's still recovering from. I don't know what it is, but Jesse's not looking good for like leg wise. His leg's not looking too good. And you leaning right into the uppercut. Jess. You too tall for that. They're going to get us round to Khalil too, man. Oh, shit. Khalil winning these rounds, man. The last three I gave to Khalil. So now you're just talking about Khalil winning one more round, and and they might have it tied up. You feel what I'm saying? If he go ahead and close this shit out strong, he could still get this fight. 4-3. Will Hart make it? I don't know. His legs don't really look right, man. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it's fatigue. I don't know if it was a good shot that he landed. I don't know if it's age. It could be a multitude of things. I don't know. But what I do know is Khalil Coe is still strong. He doesn't look gassed, which lets me know that he probably wasn't underprepared. He just chose to not make weight, which is still not respectable, to be honest. But he still looks strong. He still looks explosive. And most importantly, which may work in Khalil's favor, is that Khalil has the power to hurt. He knows that he has the power to hurt Jesse. Ooh. I like the speed that Jesse's putting on these punches. And I like how he's keeping the distance. That's what he needs to emphasize. You know what I'm saying? He got to keep that jab out there, though. I don't see Jesse shooting his jab how he was in the early rounds. Good footwork. Good footwork. You want to keep Khalil turning. You know, Khalil, he's staying composed. Look like he's not as frustrated as he was in the early rounds. I think it's because he knows he's winning these rounds now. So I think he's just looking for that big bomb to really get Jesse up out of there. That's what it's looking like, in my opinion. But that was a good right hook from Jesse. That was a good left hand to the chest from Khalil and knocked Jesse off balance. But lets you know how strong Khalil is in there right now. He's saying let go, Jesse, but Jesse not even locking up his arms. Ooh, good left uppercut. That was a shot that Greg was asking for, but then he just got hit with a left hook. Jesse's tying up, man. It's not a good look. This ref already done warned you. So now it's getting a bit physical in there. And Khalil looks like, visibly, he looks like the stronger one. And Jesse's hitting him with some shots, and Khalil's going nowhere. Nowhere. Ooh! He fell over off that hook. Jesse's fighting though, boy. He definitely fighting. Showcasing his heart, no pun intended. He's doing what he can. He definitely fighting, but you can see the fatigue in Jesse. He's active though. Like this round is pretty close, and there's 15 seconds left. Could you get his round to Jesse Hart? Because Khalil, you know, he looks like the more energized and Jesse's holding. But if we talk about in terms of like punches landed, Jesse might have got that one. But based off of body language, the judges might give it to Khalil. What y'all think? I ain't even about to be playing with them today. I don't know. Like that could have been a Jesse Hart round, y'all. I don't, you know. I seen Jesse Hart ripping combinations, ripping to the body. Khalil wasn't really responding all like that. So He's an 86 thing. Hart edged the round. So that was a close round. So let's see the unofficial scorecard. Woo! Good right hand from Jesse. I like that guy Coe attention though. But Coe probably so fucking heavy that his punch resistance is just insane. Yeah, they gave it to Coe. Chris Manners gave it to Coe. So that's really so it's really tied up right now. So now you at 9 and 10. So if Jesse don't feel the urgency right now, I don't know what will give him that urgency. He needs to get this round. He needs to close this fight out strong. And right now, this fight is in the air. We're not even halfway through the round yet. And Jesse's letting his hands go, but it's clean, effective punches. You know what I'm saying? Clean, like the punches aren't too clean. Khalil Coe's catching him on the guard. And, they're not effective because it's not affecting Khalil. Not even in the slightest from the outside. You know what I'm saying? So I see Jesse being active, but Khalil's marching to him. And it seems like Khalil's not throwing that many shots, but when he do, it seems like it has more of an effect on Jesse than vice versa. So very interesting to see, like, total punches landed through round 8. Jesse's up, and total punches and total punches landed and thrown. Jesse's outworking him, but who do you believe, created the most damage? I would like to say that it was Coe. I haven't seen Coe visibly hurt yet. Ooh, I like the fast hands from Jesse though. Yo. And then you got to look at it like this. This is a matchroom card, and Coe is a matchroom fighter. You think Eddie Hearn or the motherfuckers that surround his promotional team is going to want to keep fucking up with Khalil? Khalil already righted or wrong, avenging his last loss. You think they want him to go through another loss again? Jesse got to earn this shit, man. Jesse got to earn this shit. I hope Jesse taking this shit into consideration, but right now, I got Jesse winning this round. Right now, I got Jesse winning this round, and there's 22 seconds left over here. Yeah, Khalil following him around. He can't find a big shot. He ain't landed the big shot this whole round yet. So Khalil marching to Jesse, and Jesse keeping that jab on him. So this might be Jesse Hart round. Yo, and Khalil got no sense of urgency. That was Jesse Hart round. Oh my God. That had to be Jesse Hart round. Y'all think Coe won that round? Ain't no way. Ain't no way anybody gave him that round. He didn't do shit. So if Coe get this according to our scorecard, because right now I got it 5-4. Junior got a 6-3. Okay. I got it 5-4 going into the 10th. Khalil, if he don't knock Jesse out, his best case scenario would draw unless he get a knockdown. This is interesting, y'all. Jesse needs this round. If Jesse wants to win this fight, he has to win this round. But then again, he could win this round, and you don't know what the judge thinking. So. Hart got to pull this shit out, bro. He has to pull this out. He cannot allow Khalil to have any moments, yo. He cannot allow him to have any moments. He needs to stay on his bicycle. Use what's been working the whole fight. Do not stand in front of this man. This man got a significant weight advantage over you, man. Yeah, it ain't like they going, it's a cut. Oh, okay. No cut. Good. Jesse need to keep that jab on and keep whipping that jab, bro. That's what he got to do. Khalil trying to land that big shot, but he missing. Jesse got to keep that sharp 1-2 on him, keep that jab on him, but keep turning him. Yeah. Jesse doing it. Jesse got to close this out. 1 minute, 50 seconds. Woo! Good combination from Jesse. Let's go, champ. Oh, okay, champ. All right, Jess. Not really much happening on Khalil's side, man. Khalil really struggling. Khalil really struggling to close that gap. He's shadow boxing. Yeah, Jess. Oh, wow. Jesse's boxing really well. Kudos to Jesse because he had gotten hurt in that 6th round and he weathered that storm. He hasn't given Khalil many moments since then. So that's tough veteran shit on Jesse Hart's part, man. That's why I say experience does play a factor. It could be ultimately the reason why a fighter gets through a fight or even wins a fight. You see what I'm saying? So far, Jesse Hart seems to be in control of the round. I haven't seen anybody have any crazy moments thus far. But if we talk about ring generalship, activity, Jesse Hart's doing it, man. Khalil is, he's not throwing much in when he is. He's either not landed clean or missing entirely. Like, we seen this man leap into a hook, and Jesse was nowhere in sight. Hit nothing but air. So, we got 30 seconds left in the round. I would like to see Jesse Hart close it out just a little bit, just to not give them, Khalil that round. And I could make a strong case that Jesse won this fight. It's all ultimately up to the judges at the end of the day. But I'm seeing Jesse being more active. I'm seeing Jesse letting his hands go. I'm seeing Jesse attempting to bring the fight to Khalil. But he's boxing at the same time. No, Jesse, you can't do that. You can't do that, Jesse. Oh, wow. Jesse raised his hands. He convinced that he won the fight. Wow. Jesse might have got that fight 6-4, yo. I think Jesse slightly pulled this fight out. He's confident. He feels like he won. Khalil, I'm not really seeing no reactions from Khalil Coe so far to let me feel like he won. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to really make of that. Wasn't the best fight, you know what I mean? It was competitive in spots, but it was very, very disappointing on Khalil Coe's part. 1,000%, man. You come in 7 pounds overweight, and then on top of that, you give us a shitty performance. Like, it really makes me question whether you really wanted this fight or not. Did you really try in this training camp? And if you are you really deserving of being in this position that you're in? Having this big promoter, being on these big cards. Are you worthy of being in this position where there's so many talented fighters on the come up right now who are fucking craving to be in the position that you're in? Yeah. I got a 6'4" Jesse Hart. I thought he did enough to pull it out. 93-95. Considering the fact that they both got points taken off, it would have been 96-94 Jesse, but considering they both got points taken off, 95-93, I think that's what it was, 95-93, right? Yeah. So that's how I got it. I thought Jesse Hart did enough to pull it out. Those last 2 rounds, I thought he boxed really well. And good to know it's not personal. There's no crazy beef in there. You know what I'm saying? So I wonder how they're going to have it, y'all. I wonder how they're going to have it. Are they going to have it a draw? This may very possibly be a draw. It looks like the referees and all of them getting their shit together. Hopefully we don't hear no BS scorecards, no fucking 11 rounds to 1 and none of that bullshit. They're taking a little long with these scorecards. Okay, they got it. Never mind. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
10 rounds of action here in Las Vegas. We go to the scorecards. This is what they read. Patricia Lewis Jarman.
It's a draw.
94-94. David Sutherland, 95-93. Cheek, 96-92. Both for your winner.
96-92.
Oh!
did Jesse dirty, boy. God damn. 96, 92? Holy shit. So 96, 93. Wow. Look at how the way Khalil team looking though. Them niggas ain't celebrating. They don't seem to be happy. Oh my God. They just did Jesse Hart super dirty. Now, one judge had Jesse winning. What the fuck? Only one judge had to score the draw. The other one scored it for Khalil. That is crazy. That's disgusting, bro. Wow. My interpretation of the fight, man, I think that's a robbery, bro. And I've been really hesitant to be saying that term lately. But what they said, 96, 93. So what they only gave Jesse 3 rounds. That's a robbery, man. You feel what I'm saying? That's a robbery. Yeah, they gave it to Khalil Coe. They gave it to Khalil Coe, bro. But he definitely wasn't deserving of that victory, in my opinion. He really wasn't doing much. He had a terrible performance. Jesse was outboxing him. Look at that. He almost doubled his punches landed on the final CompuBox punch stats. Khalil landed at a higher percentage, but that's because he threw significantly less. Jesse Hart was the busier fighter. You know what I mean? He outboxed, like ring generalship, Jesse Hart. You know what I'm saying? Clean. I can't really say that. Khalil might have had the more effective punches, but Jesse gave you more to look at. You feel what I mean? There was rounds where Khalil Coe was doing absolutely nothing. This man had like 3 good rounds in a row, and then Jesse Hart closed it out strong. So Jesse opened it up strong. I mean, had a little bit of a rough patch from 6 to 8, I believe. Then 9 and 10, Jesse closed it out. So it's like, how could you sit here and say that Jesse Hart didn't win the fight? That shit is insanity to me. Wow. That's crazy, bro. But and that's why Greg was having that urgency. You know what I mean? That's why Greg had the urgency. He understood, bro. Greg was a beast, and Greg could attest to this. Like, he was a B-side fighter his whole career, so he knows what you have to do in order to just get things going your way. You know what I'm saying? Greg done been robbed before throughout his career. People make fun of his record, but I've heard of fights and I've seen fights of his that I thought that he pulled out or even clearly won, and they robbed the man. So it's like, he understands those moments. He understands the scenario that Jesse Hart is in. You know what I mean? Being on a Matchroom card against a Matchroom fighter, where there's a lot of money invested in the Khalil Coe. You know what I mean? They projected him to be somebody. They matching him up with guys like Ben Whitaker and Atifo Burlington and the other guys that's out there. You feel what I'm saying? So you're just not gonna outbox a dude and just get away with that. Like, no, you're gonna have to beat the dog shit out of this dude. And that's what happened today, man. That was disgusting, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I was thinking, like, yo, Jesse got to win these next 2 rounds to win the fight. If Khalil would have got any one of those last rounds, then it might be a draw. I was thinking worst case scenario, draw for the fight, because they might have a swing round that went Khalil Coe way. But no, not one judge gave Jesse Hart the victory. Not one. Not one. That's disgusting, bro. And it's like, this boxing, so we seen motherfuckers get robbed 1,000,001 times, but it's like, it's like you almost never get used to it. Like the lengths that boxing will go, or how blatant they rob people, is insane to me, man. Shout out to Jesse Hart. Shout out to Greg Hackett. They had a great game plan. Great resiliency on Jesse Hart's side. Getting hurt in the 6th round and coming back and even winning rounds. I thought he was the clear victor in this fight, but the judges thought otherwise. And I kept alluding to it throughout my commentary that, I feel like Jesse Hart is up comfortably, but you never know what the judges are thinking. And that's why I say shit like that, because we get BS situations like this that happen. So that's a loss for Jesse Hart. that takes him back a step or two, and Khalil Coe is able to move on with his career. 3 Heads said that's boxing for you. Unfortunately, that's a reality, brother. I hate to say it. You know, if it was up to me, I would defend boxing as much as I could, but there's no defending shit like this. Eddie Hearn influence, absolutely. This is his fighter, and you're fighting on his you fighting on his card, brother. So of course this is Eddie Hearn influence. If Eddie Hearn got, you don't know how much money Eddie Hearn got invested in the Khalil Coe, but let's say he $500K in the hole with Khalil Coe. You know what I'm saying? Like investing into his career, hoping that he just beats somebody that he could profit on later on in the end. You think that he want to throw that $500K away to give somebody like Jesse Hart a victory? Absolutely not. And we're not about to sit here and act like these promoters don't have influence on these judges, man. Like these promoters be having dinner with judges, and they be having whole relationships, man. These promoters be picking the judges for their fights. The A side, they actually could pick who judges their fights. They could pick who referees their fights. You feel what I'm saying? So nobody can sit here and tell me that the judges and the promoter ain't got shit to do with the judges, man. Miss me with that bullshit. That's disgusting, bro. Bella Face said I picked Coe and I'm upset. I anticipated that Khalil Coe was gonna have a shitty performance because when you miss weight that dramatically, like by that much, something's wrong. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's a physical thing or it's a mental thing. Like, I don't know. But what I do know is Khalil Coe wasn't in the space mentally that he needed to be, or the physical. To me, it didn't look like he was really out of shape. Didn't really look like he underprepared. It just looked like he didn't really care to make weight. That's what it looked like to me. That's just my opinion. You feel me? Like he might have trained for the fight, but then he did pace himself in a way where he wasn't. He may have possibly been out of shape with his experience and the way he paced himself. He was able to get through the rounds. Because if you're in somewhat of shape and you pace yourself, you can do as many rounds as you want. That's why fucking Khalil Coe only threw about 100 and something punches. He only landed like 54. This girl be knocked out. Look at her. Crazy. All I gotta do is talk, and she just falls asleep. What's the science behind that, Bella? You a woman, you should know. If there's any women in the chat, what's the science behind women always falling asleep around you? What does that mean? Because when I go live, she's like, "Can you go live in the bedroom?" I'm like, "For what? I'll never go live in the bedroom." So I could talk and talk and talk, and somehow, some way, she falls asleep off of that. But fuck all of that. I know y'all don't care about that shit. Very, very shit is disgusting, bro. Oh my god. Let me see what the comments are saying. My boy Junior said, what my boy Junior said, I can't see it. That's straight politics. Factual information there, brother. Very sad. But you know, all this does is just hurt Khalil Coe at the end of the day. You feel me? Like, because he's not going to be able to escape that. When people are evaluating Khalil Coe to see how good he is, you're going to have people that bring this up like, man, he ain't that good, man. He got a gift against Jesse Hart. Like, people are going to bring this up, and you don't want to be known as that fighter who gets gifts. You know what I mean? You don't want to be that fighter that, you know, even though you won the fight, people look side-eyeing you as if you took an L. Like, you don't want to have that stain on your reputation. You feel me? Like, my favorite fighter of all time. A lot of people thought Oscar De La Hoya beat him. To this day, they bring it up. And that shit was years ago. You know what I'm saying? So, absolutely disgusting work. See, this is what I talk about. This is why judges need to be investigated. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, if they give us a scorecard that is completely inaccurate, they should be sat down by the commission, review the fight, and make strong cases for why they believe that fighter won those rounds. And if they aren't able to give you a justifiable reason, they need to be suspended, banned, or fined or all of the above. I mean, banned and fined, you know, or either one of those two choices, bro. Like, this is like, I can't believe that these dudes give us BS scorecards like that, absolutely rob fighters. And that might have been Jesse Hart's last opportunity. That man 36 years old, bro. And that's probably why they felt okay with robbing the man. And he 36 years old. He ain't gonna do nothing at light heavyweight. This kid is actually young. He has a future ahead of him. Let's give him the fight and let Jesse Hart just go on about his career. They might say his excessive holding. That still doesn't take away from Khalil Coe doing absolutely nothing offensively. That takes nothing away from, you know, Jesse Hart controlling the pace of the fight. You know what I mean? AKA ring generalship. Doesn't stop the fact that Jesse Hart was outworking the man. You know what I mean? Like, excessive holding definitely played a part, but I mean, he paid the price for that. They took a point off of him. You didn't really see too much holding after that. You see? So that's sad, bro. Really sad. That could have been Jesse's opportunity to go ahead and get another title shot. So, goddamn, bro. I feel bad for people like that, man. You know, Jesse probably trained his ass off. They said that he was training like his life depended on it, this camp, bro. They said that man trained like his life depended on it. Just to get robbed. Disgusting, bro. And little do y'all know. No, y'all know this. I'm gonna just say this. This is why we struggle to get new fans into our sport. This is why we struggle getting new fans in our sport. That's why a lot of the people that are fans of boxing, they've been fans since they was babies. You don't really too often hear, I just started watching boxing a year ago. Or I just started watching boxing last month. Or I just started watching boxing yesterday, like a couple weeks ago. You never see that. A lot of these motherfuckers who be on these platforms been watching boxing for decades. Like a lot of these fans that's left in boxing are day ones. And it's because when these new fans try to sport out and see exactly what it's hitting for, they see this bullshit politics and they don't want to deal with that because they don't really see, and there's politics everywhere. Let's not get it wrong. Basketball, football, baseball. But yeah, I mean, a judge can't take a win away from a team. Referees might be doing a little bit of politicking and, you know what I'm saying, be looking out for another team. Like, that's the thing. But yeah, I mean, like you the cream's still gonna rise to the top. You feel what I'm saying? Like, niggas gonna still hit their home runs, they touchdowns and shit like that. Like, with boxing, it's like you can fight your ass off and they still fuck you over. Don't nobody take the stickers off the bottle of those cups. All right, man. God damn. I'll be worried about the wrong shit. All right, man. I got you. That's my fault. Man, this is a little tough motherfucker to take off. Hold on now. I'm surprised they not pressing Eddie Hearn about that bullshit robbery that just happened. They did Jesse so dirty, man. That's so sad. This shit a little bit hard to take up, man. Yeah, this shit keep. I'm trying to get like one clean. Yeah, no, I ain't doing all that. That's why we don't take them off exactly. So what's next for Khalil Coe? Because if y'all think this motherfucker ready for a world title shot or a title eliminator or anything like that, performing like that, shit not gonna work out too well, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, that ain't enough. Like Israel Madrimov. They talking. I was watching his fight a little bit. I was putting my son to sleep, so I couldn't really watch it too closely. But that, from what I saw, he not ready for he not ready to do anything crazy at 154 pounds, bro. Not with that type of performance. They talking about that he's still struggling with his health, and he's still suffering from that ammonia. He got a 12-month treatment. Like, bro, what the fuck? I never heard of that. I'm not saying that that's cap. I'm not saying that that's cap at all. He may be possibly going through some real shit. But what I'm saying is, like, I just never heard of ammonia being in his system for a year, and then they said he traveled to like all these different countries to seek treatment. It's like, bro, you sure that's ammonia? You sure? Like, I seen ammonia like kill people. Like, rest in peace. I think that's what killed Bernie Mac. You feel what I'm saying? But like, yeah, bro. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, that performance right there, that was a little bit of a tough one. That motherfucker came to fight for sure. Go 787 said, I got Muratalla by KO. Really? Really? I got Andy Cruz pulling off the decision. Man, Muratalla is sneaky. That boy got some good power. He got some sneaky counters with that right hand. And he looks strong as shit. He looks super strong. Look big as shit at the weight. I seen they next day weigh-ins, considering the IBF is on the line, they both made the weight. So Muratalla probably like in the 50s right now, and Andy Cruz probably a little bit lighter than him, probably in the high 40s, if I had to guess. So they about to get it popping. Let me know what your predictions are below, man. Let me know. What's your predictions? My boy Go 787 got let me see. Said Bernie had other health issues. Yeah, but I remember I was looking up like how did Bernie die? And I looked up like his cause of death. It said ammonia. I'm like, oh wow. Raymond said he going up after this fight. Yeah, he'd be solid at 140. That's what he really looked like, for real, for real. Raymond looked like he could go up to like 47 eventually, like comfortably. He a big kid. I didn't notice how big he was to the weigh-in yesterday, though. Like, damn, that motherfucker in shape.
A lot of conversations over the last couple of years about him moving up in weight. How did he make?
And this stream giving me a lot of issues right now, y'all. Raymond Muratalla versus Tito Mercado will be good. I just reached out to Tito Mercado Pop the other day to try to set up, earlier today to set up another interview. So really trying to get that going. Metro won the bid for Muratalla Cruz for $888,000. Not bad. Not bad at all. Anybody else streams giving them issues, man? Keeps kicking me off.
Here's the 2020 Olympic gold medalist. He beat Keyshawn Davis in the final to get that medal. Davis is here ringside. That could be a potential matchup after this fight. If Cruz can be successful.
I don't know who walked Andy Cruz out, but he must be somebody. This is Andy Cruz's moment, y'all. This is Andy Cruz's moment, y'all. This is his time to shine. Oh shit, he dancing. Look at Andy. Better be ready to fight doing all that dancing, nigga. All right. Ghost said Andy gonna get clipped early. Damn. Yo, that's funny as shit. I don't know why that's funny. That's funny though. He said, I see. You see who? Team Boxing Mom. Shout out to Team Boxing Mom. Doing her thing in these big fights. You know what I'm saying? Muratalla. Man, taking a world title fight in 6 fights though, man, that's ballsy, man. Regardless of your amateur background. Oh shit, he coming out the Nas. Muratalla coming out the Nas. What you know about Nas, right? You can hate me now, but I won't stop now. Yeah. For my niggas that had that early, that played 2K since day one, you already know this song. You know what I'm saying? And Nas one of my favorite rappers all time. That's actually a fire ring song. I never really heard that song be played. 2K13. See, yeah. Bro, you know what game I was goated on? What 2K11, bro. 2K11, I was goated. I was goated on 2K11, bro. My career and all that. Oh shit. Shout out to the boy Forgotten with the $1 super chat. He said, hello. I'm going to 5 different streams to donate $1 today. Take care, bro. I appreciate that very much, man. Thank you for your generosity, brother. God bless you. Really, really appreciate that. Definitely helps the channel. That's dope. Definitely dope. I'm glad I was 1 out of the 5 you picked, brother. Thank you. So we about to get this shit started. I'm not really seeing no predictions though, man. Also left the like and sub. Appreciate that, brother. That helps the channel more than anything, man. You know what I mean? I ain't somebody who really asks for super chats too heavy, but the subs, that's what's gonna get the channel to the next level. So thank you, man. Thank you. Always good to run into some positive subscribers. You know what I'm saying? I got one of the best chats on YouTube. I don't give a fuck what nobody says, especially when it comes to boxing. But it's always good to have some positivity going on too, bro. All right. Andy Cruz majority decision. So you saying that it may be you saying it's gonna be real competitive then? Because a majority decision means one judge gonna have it scored a draw. All right. That's what's up. Agent 86 say the same thing. Okay. Is David Diamante rubbing off on y'all or no? Y'all fuck with David Diamante, bro? I don't think anybody ever replaced the Buffers and the Jimmy Lennons, but I fuck with Jim. I'm a heavy Jimmy Lennon boy though. I think he a motherfucking gangster, bro. But David Diamante been doing this thing too though. I think David Diamante need more of a trademark though, man. He needs something that really resonate with the people, like Jimmy Lennon. It's showtime. Now you know Michael Buffer got the "Let's get ready to rumble." David Diamante needs something like that. He just be like, The time is now. He be saying some shit like that. Like that ain't it, brother. You gotta figure something else out for it. He said I never liked the white dude with dreads. That shit threw me off. I ain't gonna lie, but yeah, I mean, it is what it is. David better than the guy that was on the zone. Who you talking about, brother? You talking about the one that was on that Jake Paul boy, that tall white boy that be doing the announcing? I forgot his name. They just introduced Raymond Muratalla, so we about to see this fight, brother. Robert Garcia versus Bozy Ennis as well. This is a high level. This is a high level fight, man. Coaching and fighters, man. I fuck with Muratalla braids too. I like that little design. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I fuck with that. But the fight is about to get started, y'all. Y'all go ahead and hit the like button, man. We got 26 people in the building. If y'all step out to go watch the fight, I promise I will not be mad at y'all. Just make sure y'all come back after the fight is done. You feel what I'm saying? Raymond Muratalla, Andy Cruz. It's about to be popping. I got Andy Cruz pulling off a unanimous decision victory and becoming the new IBF lightweight champion of the world. We're about to see if Raymond Muratalla can prove your boy wrong. But just to let y'all know, most of the time I'm more right than wrong. But looking at this fight right here, Raymond Muratalla is applying pressure off the rip, and Andy Cruz is on his bicycle. So very interesting. We see Raymond Muratalla getting the first shots off with his jab. You know what I mean? They both showcasing some good hand speed. The size difference is very apparent, in my opinion. I don't think Andy Cruz is going to be somebody who moves up crazy weight classes, to be honest with you. Like, I really think like him being at 47 will probably be too much for him or be a bit of a stretch. Just based off of his frame, he doesn't look like a big guy. But Raymond, on the other hand, looks significantly bigger frame-wise, the shoulders, the back. You feel what I'm saying? This is a big kid right here. Like, it's kind of interesting how he even makes 35. But that was a good right hand that Andy Cruz just landed. Ooh, beautiful slip counter that Andy Cruz just landed. So he's clicking in the counter punching department right away. And Raymond Muratalla had to reset both of those times. And I guess he's getting to see a little bit of what Andy Cruz is bringing. You know, that hand speed, that quickness. You know, that ring intelligence. You feel what I'm saying? It's on full display right now. I see look like Andy Cruz kind of got the cool boy Steph Fulton approach. Those look like jeans he got on. Look like Andy Cruz got some chrome heart jeans on. That's what it's looking like. He got a zipper on the motherfucker and everything. Ooh, good combination from Andy Cruz. Good combination from Andy Cruz. So that the hand, even though there may be a size difference between the two, the hand speed difference is apparent, in my opinion, as well. Yeah, Andy Cruz is very fast with the hands. He puts his punches right behind each other. That's kind of what I wanted to see from Jesse Hart, man. Motherfucker got jorts on. Yeah, just like Fulton did with the Brandon Figueroa fight. You know what I'm saying? And they actually know each other. They got the same trainer. So maybe he was influential in that. Maybe that's Andy Cruz bringing out his Philly side. You know what I'm saying? He been training in Philly for a few years. You feel me? Okay. Looks like Andy Cruz is getting the better of these not necessarily exchanges, but the better like the output, the shots that's being thrown. He's landing some clean shots on Raymond. Nothing that's doing significant damage, but he's definitely picking him off in a lot of these areas. But if I had to get his round to somebody, even though it was a close round, I'm gonna give it to Andy because he just seems like he's more in control. I've seen Muratalla being the aggressor, but I felt like Andy Cruz throughout the round he landed cleaner shots. But that was that could be looked at as a close round as well. I ain't gonna lie to you. How did y'all score that? Y'all let me know. Cruz is definitely faster with the hands, and he seems to be faster in the mind too. So Raymond Muratalla got to take it upon himself to be more physical. I think he needs to be a little bit more aggressive. Ralph got it. Cruz 1-0. Junior got it 1-0 Cruz. Okay, so it looks like we're reaching a bit of a consensus right now. Does anybody feel like Muratalla won the round? Let me know. I promise we will not criticize you if you gave this round to Muratalla. You know what I mean? Even if we feel like you dead wrong. Agent 86 got it 1-0 Cruz too. All right, so we seeing eye to eye so far. We're seeing eye to eye so far. That's a good thing. You know what I mean? But that was he had a beautiful beginning. He boxed really well. He boxed really well in that first round. So if Andy Cruz keeps this up and Muratalla is unable to make adjustments, we might have some issues here, man. We may very well have some issues here.
Body language pressure, frontal pressure. Even though he's not really doing nothing, he's still getting Andy Cruz to
Yeah, Raymond looks very strong. So Andy Cruz definitely got to be cautious and keep his defense tight. You know what I'm saying? Catching and shooting, we definitely need to see that. I'm seeing Raymond hit the he's trying to hit the body. Definitely want to slow Andy down in that department as well. Because he do got some good feet, man. He do got some good feet. But good jab from Andy. Andy's boxing really well with the side-to-side movement. And he's staying nice and relaxed. I don't really see Andy Cruz panicking, anything like that. You know what I mean? Looked like he pretty much made for the moment so far. That was a good counter from Raymond. Good jab from Andy. The thing about Raymond that I'm noticing though is that he gets a little hold on. They banging now. Hold on. I don't think Andy want to get into many 50-50 exchanges with Raymond because he looks strong than a bitch and he's punching with bad intention. So I really wouldn't do that. Why you said, oh shit, what's going on? What happened? Did I miss something? Did I miss something? Don't tell me I missed something. Am I behind? Oh shit! Thank God. But Cruz, Muratalla definitely trying to clip him. Cruz did land a good shot at the end of that round. How we scoring that round, y'all? I'm gonna let y'all decide because I seen both of them had some good moments. How y'all scored that? 1-1. But Petit said 1-1. So my stream is really doing terrible right now, y'all. Jay said Raymond. Okay. That was a good right hand from Muratalla. Muratalla got a sneaky right hand, man. Very, very sneaky, especially when he's countering with it. So Andy gotta be on point. This motherfucker built like an action figure. Raymond cut the fuck up. Size difference is crazy in my opinion. They both trying to counter each other. It's crazy. The jab from Andy. The feints from Andy to throw off. I mean, from Muratalla to throw off Andy's rhythm. Real competitive right now. It's showing you what level Muratalla is on. That he not about to just sit here and lay down. You gotta earn this shit. So it's been very competitive. Good body shots from Muratalla, bro. Junior said Andy looks strong too. I mean, he may very well be, but it just looked like they builds are for different things. You know what I'm saying? Like Andy's type build, he looked like he more for like athleticism, agility, and all that. Like this motherfucker Muratalla looked like he just like got brute strength. You know what I'm saying? But that's genetics for you. You feel me? Like even like Andy, he got like a small head. You feel what I'm saying? Like he just look like an agile motherfucker. But they rumbling right now. This is some good fucking boxing right here. And it's like they thinking like they thinking at a high rate of speed right now, just high speed chess. And they saying this wasn't Raymond Muratalla's first option. It may have very not well have not been. I mean, he probably wanted an easy first title defense. I believe this is his first title defense. Yeah, I'm sure he probably wanted an easier one to get like a little title defense under his belt, but you know, the politics of boxing didn't really give him that opportunity. So he gave that put Raymond in a position where he had to train hard because you don't want to lose your first title defense because people are gonna critique your championship status. Like, were you really a champion? Were you a strong? Were you a good champion, or were you a weak champion? Yeah, that definitely was a close round. I really it's put me in a position where like I kind of don't want to score it. 2-1 more to tie for Ghost. Ghost sound like you know what I mean. You want it sound like you want Muratalla to win, but I'll take your word for it. We're gonna get at the Muratalla. Andy had a lot of moments too, though. He was countering really well, but I'm gonna reserve my opinion on that round. That might be something I gotta rewatch. I can't rewatch it right now, obviously, so we have to move on. Can't go out like Ryo. like Charles Martin. Remember Charles Martin? I think he fought Glasgow. Glasgow got injured in the fight, so they gave him the IBF. Then he fought like AJ like 3 months after that and got stopped early. You don't want to be like no Charles Martin, you know what I'm saying? Niggas be forgetting Charles Martin was champion. Good body shot from Andy. Muratalla just returned it. Good left hand from Andy. Andy boxing real well. I'm gonna just say this based off of Andy Cruz's style, bro. Like Bozy was literally the perfect trainer for him because he fights like a Bozy fighter. You know, the high volume, the boxing, the in and out, the fighting inside, like the well-rounded fighting. You know, the catching and shooting, the angles. Like they knew what they was doing when they picked Bozy as a coach. Like whoever helped them find that coach, they have good they got a good sense. They got good senses. Andy do got Muratalla missing a whole lot in this round though. Good right hand from Andy. Andy got to pick that lead hand up because Muratalla trying to chop that right hand on him. Good right hand from Andy. Another good combination. Good hand speed. So far it's looking like it's an Andy round. Because even defensively, Andy's starting to, he's doing well. And he's punching in combinations. He's countering well. Ooh, good fucking reflexes. Junior says seems like Muratalla can't punch while moving. If you did not prepare to punch while moving for Andy Cruz, that's a serious mistake. That's something that you should have drilled in camp for sure. I gave that round to Andy. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Definitely a great fight so far, Million. Shout out to Million in the building. I ain't see you in a minute. How you feeling, brother? Salute, salute. Vegas got a good main event going on right now. Highly competitive. Now, is it going to change as these middle and championship rounds kick in? We about to see. Keep that amateur style, Andy. Definitely going to have to use your feet for more to tie. This is high level boxing and coaching that we seeing right now, y'all.
First, I got a feeling the scorecards could be all over the place. It's a really, really competitive fight. I think Randy Cruz, you got to win some more of these early rounds clean. Like Muratalla in recent fights, see my score.
Yeah, so Chris Mannix has it a draw so far too. So seems like we seeing eye to eye right now. I like the versatility from Andy too, man. He giving you southpaw, he giving you orthodox, he giving you footwork, he catching shots, he slipping shots. No, really well versed fighter, man. This dude Andy, as they continue to develop him, well, obviously they feel like he's ready for the elites now, fighting for a world title in 6 pro fights. But this dude, as he continues to develop as a pro, he's gonna be a serious fucking problem, bro. Muratalla is putting that pressure on. And Raymond not playing with this nigga, bro. Raymond not playing with Andy. So Andy got to really box well, keep his defense tight. Good body shots from Muratalla. But Andy's responding immediately. Good right hand from Andy. Like Muratalla, he's being the aggressor. He's letting his hands go, but he's having trouble landing them clean shots on Andy. And Andy's like slipping in some sharp little clean shots on Raymond. So this is going to be really interesting to see how the way the judges score it. Because like Raymond's being the aggressor, obviously, but Andy's like finesse. He's playing a good finesse game too. He's running Raymond into shots. He's keeping a good jab on him. He's countering him. So really interesting to see how the judges are going to see it. Are they going to take into consideration Raymond's aggression and his output, or are y'all paying attention to quality shots? Because I feel like Andy may not be throwing as much, but what he is throwing seems to be of more quality than Raymond's. They might get at the Muratalla, I ain't gonna lie.
Here we see Cruz. There's that uppercut. Nice uppercut coming around the guard. The left hand straight a little bit low, but no one can play. He got away with it. Muratalla needs to make it more aggressive with that jab, or else Cruz is going to continue moving and boxing around the ring like he is.
We in round 6 now, y'all. This is definitely a close, competitive ass fight right now.
Which fighter, Sergio, do you think believes they're imposing their will more right now?
Raymond.
I don't think he's imposing it. I think Cruz is imposing his game plan. So good uppercut by Muratalla. So I would give a slight edge to Andy Cruz, but it's a tight fight.
Really tight fight.
Robert Garcia would agree that they are forcing that game plan as well. Their game plan was to come forward and be physical. And while Muratalla has been eating some counter shots, he's been pretty good at that aspect. The body shot. See, that's anytime Muratalla has any type of success, it starts from the body up, usually with that right hook around the guard, and then that leaves Cruz in the same place.
Muratalla is snapping low key. I'm liking this performance from him, man.
It's a visual good look for the judges. You're the one throwing more punches, and you're keeping your opponent stationary. See, right there, Muratalla shouldn't step back. He should stay on the inside. Nice 1-2 there from Andy Cruz. A rare swing and a miss from the Cuban, and Muratalla made it pay with a body shot. From that southpaw stance, Andy Cruz is slick and lethal with that 1-2.
Nice. Ooh. Andy, a smooth motherfucker, boy. I ain't even gonna lie. That was a beautiful combination of exit. Ooh, wee. Good boxing. But Raymond on him, bro. Raymond ain't playing with Andy, bro. I'll fuck with it. I love Muratalla energy right now, man. He following Robert's game plan for real, though. One thing about Robert, bro, he gonna figure some shit out. He gonna figure some shit out, bro. Robert's a phenomenal trainer.
First, we have seen Andy Cruz buzz. That was against Antonio Moran. He got rocks in round 4, but recovered and ended up finishing that fight. Andy Cruz is not your typical Cuban fighter. He's not a William school-like runner. He's not a Guillermo Rigondeaux-like defensive fighter. He's a Philly fighter. He's a Cuban fighter with some Philly blood. He's got that style in him, courtesy of Mosienis. Then again, we also see Raymond Muratalla.
The body shots is really piling up, man. Andy Muratalla is doing a great job of touching that body.
And as well as Cesar Valenzuela put it down. Good shot there, good ending. Muratalla made it rough. That's how he needs to start and finish these rounds.
Might be Muratalla round, y'all.
Let's go, all right? Keep bending your knees, but stay strong. Hands up high. Okay, stay strong and fall. Pointing his ass, all right? He's giving it. That's it, right? We're halfway through, all right?
I think I gave Muratalla that round too, man. His aggression and his combination punching is doing the job. And his shot selection is really good too.
Cleanly, but at least
he's letting his hands go. Cruz coming with the sharp shooting, especially with that left hand. Nothing landing cleanly either.
Andy got to do something now, bro.
Muratalla needs to make it physical. There's that left hand. I want to see more left uppercuts and left hooks by Muratalla coming forward in this second half.
So 6 down, 6 to go here in Las Vegas, Nevada. This is for the IBF lightweight title. You could easily have this fight 3 rounds apiece.
Good right hand from Muratalla.
The right hand by Muratalla, he can throw it in so many different ways. It's like a major league pitcher. He has a fastball, the curve around the ball. He can slow it down and off speed. He can throw it downstairs. It's beautiful. How he alternates the speed and the power just with that single punch.
Ruff got a 3-3.
Muratalla going down to the body. He has plenty of pop, 17 KOs in his 23 wins, 74% knockout ratio.
Well, we're now into the second half of the fight, and this is where Raymond Muratalla said he's going to take control. He believes he's the stronger fighter because of his experience in these later rounds.
From Muratalla.
But Andy Cruz blocked a lot of those. His defense has been pretty good the last round and a half.
Good right hand, bro. He landed on Andy, man.
It deceives opponents because he switches the speed and the timing. So it's hard for Andy Cruz to know what right hand is coming. It's going to be a short one and a long one.
Andy got a good jab on Muratalla, but he needs to give us more than that. Like that's not gonna be it, man.
Either one. I mean, it's the same fight. He's an outside fighter. He relies on the long range. Muratalla relies on breaking that range.
Andy Cruz constantly moving. Educated Cuban footwork made him such a success as an amateur. Muratalla relentlessly moving forward.
Raymond putting that fucking pressure on Andy, boy.
That's how you start. That's what gets the attention. Cruz didn't like those body shots right there. And now the rough swinging towards Muratalla.
Muratalla touching the body.
Muratalla turning himself to southpaw.
Raymond winning this, yo. Raymond winning this, yo.
You got to pick it up. Pick it up. You're Oceanis in the corner, Manny Cruz. You got to pick it up. They're seeing exactly what I'm seeing right now. It's a great, close, competitive fight. Both these fighters are getting their way. Muratalla found something going on. When he starts from the bottom,
So it look like Raymond's overwhelming him. He's overwhelming him. The body shots, the combinations, the come forward. He got hand speed in his own right. Like Raymond's applying pressure, but it's intelligent pressure. He's just not coming in there like a bozo, just running into shots. Like he's boxing intelligently. He's coming in behind an educated jab. He's showcasing speed. He's putting on speed and power. Now we're seeing Andy Cruz. Bozy told him to pick it up, be more aggressive. So let's see what Andy does.
This is not going to be easy. It'll be a great battle. He's the champ for a reason. I have to be my best to win.
Muratalla does a good job hiding behind that big left shoulder every time Andy Cruz tries to land that right hand. So he's adapting well with his defense.
Ooh, okay.
And he needed it.
Do you think Cruz should play this sort of game more, Sergio, where he posts up here in the middle of the ring and bangs with him a little bit?
No way. You cannot bang with the stronger, bigger fighter than Muratalla. That's going to be the recipe for disaster. You have to box, and you got to stick to what your MO is. That's an range, mid-range, and outside punching. For Andy Cruz, of course, digging to the body, even if they're jabs and right hands. Make sure they're straight. Don't hook with Muratalla.
It's a good fucking fight, though, man.
His whole family cheering him on.
Look like Raymond got some swelling on that on his left eye. Andy's having a little bit more success when he playing his feet.
Muratalla's punches, though, just look heavier, don't they? Yeah. Moments here for Cruz.
And you can see that Muratalla just
Andy having some success this round for sure.
punching to the leg, but it looked good to the eye. The judges and Andy Cruz, even though none of those punches landed cleanly, he's still controlling the action and controlling, keeping Muratalla at bay.
Well, look, it depends on where the judge is sitting. Those punches may have looked like they landed if the fighter's back was to them.
Exactly.
Andy making him miss a lot. He's landing some good combinations too. 10 seconds left in the round. I'll give that round to Andy. So Bosey wants Andy to push him back.
This is hometown. You see the people? No. This is it, man. This is it. For the family.
You heard him, Sergio. He's telling Andy Cruz to try and back Muratalla up since he can't fight going backwards.
Well, listen. Anytime you have a puncher, that's what you want to do is try to back him up. You want to back up the bully. But the bad news is Raymond Muratalla has really smart feet. He has boxer's feet. Even though they're flat-footed, he has a nice.
Okay. Andy letting that shit go.
Cruz trying to push Muratalla back. The answer's there with a left hook.
I love how Muratalla anticipates where his opponent's head's going to be.
Yeah, I think this is a better approach for Andy, bro. I think the movement and all that shit doing is giving Muratalla more giving him momentum and confidence. Good fucking counter from Andy. That was nasty. That was nasty.
Look, it's a very close fight. It's we want Raymond to make it a little more physical, backing him up, throwing him more punches. You want him to do with that pressure? Yeah, just throw more punches, go to the body more often, and then finish up with the head.
Nice.
Left hand there from Andy Cruz.
I think Andy's just starting to figure out what he needs to do.
You know, so difficult as a professional, even against a world champion like Raymond Muratalla. Good shot right there for Muratalla. And that's what I'm talking about, that right hand. Radar-like right hand, man. The more information this man tells, the closer and closer he gets to that big shot, that big right hand.
Love Andy's counters. He countering the combinations.
some pressure.
Posey Ennis was stressing to Andy Cruz. Listen, we've got to win these rounds convincingly. This is his home, basically. Listen to the crowd. The judges will be influenced.
You know, Andy Cruz can look off a shot like that from Muratalla, act like he rolled with, but that still landed. That was a good, clean shot from Muratalla.
Andy definitely clicking off. I think he understands. He just made an adjustment, and that adjustment is actually working for him.
Cruz back on the back foot again.
There we go. See that? Those are shots right there. Even though nothing landed clean, you got taken to the body. Close rounds that you're forced to give.
Andy doing all this showman shit, but Raymond's piling up the points by doing that. So he needs to stop showboating and get in his fucking bag.
From outside with that long jab, but he's not jabbing anymore.
Nice shot there for Muratalla. And when Cruz acts like that, I think a lot of judges say, hey, that shot hurt him.
Get at the Muratalla. We'll get that around the Muratalla.
This next 3 rounds, I want this next 3 rounds. Good. Here's on the free.
Muratalla throwing away that right hand, but that's what Andy Cruz was waiting for, just to come back and counter to the body. Cruz really took control of the first half of that.
Cruz was doing well at the beginning, then he gave it up towards the end. So we got a 6-3. It's Andy in a tough situation right now. But like I said, you never know what the judges are thinking.
I think both these guys are executing their game plan. I think Andy Cruz that Raymond Muratalla was going to try to assert his size this fight with pressure. We've seen Muratalla do that in the past. Muratalla, though, probably feels like this aggression is working for him. I think it is. I just think it is a highly, highly competitive fight. It's going to reflect on the scorecards. Raymond Muratalla leading 86-85 through 9 rounds. A lot of competitiveness, but I thought the pressure of Muratalla in that last round was enough to edge it.
Well, Cruz has 2 things working against him. We mentioned the hometown crowd, but also the fact that Muratalla is the one on the front foot and is following him around and putting the pressure on.
I think that could be a huge factor when it comes to these scorecards. It's not like he's just following around and throwing nothing punches or following around and throwing no punches. His hands are moving in this fight. Andy Cruz's defense is excellent. He is an elite defensive player. You got Muratalla coming forward, throwing punches. That is going to be noticed by judges.
This is high-level boxing, ladies and gentlemen, on display here in the fight capital of the world. It's a 50-50 fight, but it started, and it seems to be a 50-50 fight right now.
In a lower lightweight division, these two can hang with anybody at the best. I'm talking about the Tanks, the Cruz, and anyone else.
And don't forget about Abdullah Mason, the WBO champ.
Andy's not active enough, y'all. That movement is not getting him nowhere.
This is a great fight, great exhibition of beautiful boxing and aggression on the inside.
Neither fighter has really been hurt in this fight.
Mm.
Can someone really step up? And look at the total punches thrown and landed so close. 7 landed punches separate these 2 fighters. They're both going to think they've won it when the final bell rings. Can one of these 2 men separate themselves here over the final 3 rounds?
Jack Andy Cruz, that's been such a huge weapon for him in his professional career. He's got to keep sticking that out there.
Just like that.
15 seconds left in the 10th.
These kind of finishes to a round are great for Andy Cruz. Stick the jab, make Muratalla miss.
We're headed to the championship rounds here in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. There's the world famous sphere.
He's ain't got it a draw. Am I not seeing this fight right? Am I tripping?
Big last 2 rounds, a territory that Raymond Muratalla has been before, and one Andy Cruz has never. First time Andy Cruz has seen the 11th round.
Both corners stressing urgency right now. Gotta win these last 2.
Y'all got it a draw. I must be tripping then. I must be tripping.
Sergio, what's going to be the difference down the stretch?
The jab. The jab for both these fighters, because Andy Cruz has landed clean jabs, power jabs, and once Muratalla got past that, he digged to the body. But right now, he's having a hard time tracking down Andy Cruz because he's not jabbing. Double, triple.
I got it. I'm in line with Ghost. I'm in line with Ghost. I swear to God. Like, I think I gave Raymond already 7 rounds. Me and Ghost been on the same. I ain't disagree with Ghost on not 1 round yet. And Tay just said the same shit, so I can't be tripping.
Just 2 guys fighting on the level.
Danger Muratalla.
None of those punches were pulled back or recoiled. Everything was short and tight and strong. I mean, what a fighter Muratalla.
Good combination from Andy.
Really, really impressed. For a man named Danger, this thing could be so finesseful with his danger, with his footwork, with his intelligence. And Andy Cruz, he's out there just passionate.
That's a 3 point Sergio. Andy Cruz probably has best footwork this side of Shakur Stevenson, among the best footwork in boxing. And Raymond Muratalla is just staying with him every time.
Body shots yet from Muratalla. Cruz had his arms down to block him, but you can still hear the thuds.
When he throws those body shots, then the attention in the close round goes to Muratalla.
Nice right hand from Cruz.
With a short right hand, he slowed it down. So I'm talking about the off speed of his punches. He does change it. He slows him down, speeds it up, but everything with that right hand, he slowed down that search right there and ran it clean up to Michael.
Cruz stands his ground.
Muratalla just lifts with a big left uppercut.
And we head to the 12th.
I got to hear what Boozy got to say.
We need this punch around big, right? Okay.
Yeah, Cruz does do good when he's standing his ground. And Boozy been telling him to stand his ground, but it's like he didn't prepare to stand his ground for this fight, because it's like he'll stand his ground. I guess he need a little bit He need to get his energy back so that he get on the back foot. But when he gets on the back foot, that's when Muratalla capitalizes. He has more success when he stands his ground and punches in combinations.
Cruz, only 6 professional fights, a chance to.
Bro, this stream has been absolutely horrible today, bro.
Raymond Muratalla defending his obvious track for the very first time, looking to remain perfect. Chris Mannix,
I've got 105, 104 in favor of Raymond Muratalla. Gave him that 11th round. But this fight is razor close. 105, 104, and hanging in the balance as we begin this 12th round.
It can go either way. I mean, this is just brilliant. I just hope they keep rewarding Muratalla for lower blows. I'm going to hit for a point deduction in such a tight fight.
Harvey Dock has been around way too long. There is no chance Harvey Dock takes a point away in the chance of this kind of fight.
You can tell has stepped up the pace in this round. He knows what's on the line.
There you go, punch with your free hand. Go get Muratalla.
Nice little bit of body work there from Muratalla. Came back up with the uppercut. Not huge consequential punches, but he's throwing here when he gets inside on Andy Cruz.
Keep in mind, this is the first time Andy Cruz has ever seen a 12th round. He's going to try to sit down on some of these punches. Nice left to the jaw for Cruz. Muratalla answers back with a sweeping left hand.
The entire corner of Raymond Muratalla, when they catch his eye, they're waving him in. They want relentless pressure over these last 70 seconds.
That motherfucking Raymond is tripping. He putting on a fucking career best performance right now, bro. He's snapping.
This has been the California Natives round so far for sure. Cruz needs to find something in the final 50 seconds.
Big, heavy right hand. Stunning right hand landed by Muratalla right there. The sight slipping away from Andy Cruz. He needs to have this round big, and he's not doing it.
That was on the gloves, but I got a reaction for Cruz. 30 seconds left. Many in the crowd on their feet here. A lot of Cubans in the house as well.
Beautiful jab by Andy Cruz right there. But not enough to keep Muratalla off.
Seconds to go.
I hate to be a judge in this fight. This is as good as it gets in boxing and fighting.
Raymond won, bro. Like I don't see what y'all seeing, bro. I don't know. I must be tripping. Like Raymond won that fight.
What's your gut tell you, Sergio?
That shit was like 8-4, 9-3 Raymond, bro. Am I tripping, chat?
I think we heard it in the corner of Cruz that this is his own
Wow. That shit was clear in my opinion, bro. Like Andy had some success in spots, but he just lacked consistency. Raymond was consistent for 12 rounds.
Who's been around for a long time, Tim Cheatham, a veteran judge as well. So they brought the A-team out to score this fight.
You got a 7-5 Raymond.
Well, Sergio, this fight
7-5 at best.
from a boxer's perspective.
Bro, Raymond.
You were a power puncher. You worked your way around the ring. You focused on fundamentals, the little things. This must have been like a dream watching this fight for you.
It really was a dream because I can't do what Cruz does. And this man's IQ is unbelievable. His timing, his accuracy, his pinpoint accuracy.
Raymond Muratalla did good.
Here's the thing about that style.
Consistently putting pressure, punching in combinations, going to the body, good jab, vary in between speed and power, feints. Like he gave you a great overall performance, and he was consistent throughout the entire course of the fight. You feel what I'm saying? With Andy, he was doing a great job counter punching early on, fast hands, combination punching. But he was letting a lot of the rounds go in Raymond's favor because he was sitting on the ropes too long. You know what I mean? There were several instances where Raymond would fire off combinations and Andy will just be sitting there shaking his head, as if it had no effect. And maybe it didn't have any effect. But at the end of the day, that piles up points if he's making contact. You see what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. I think Raymond got that shit, man. And I thought he got that clearly, by the way. I don't think Andy got this fight, y'all. I'm keeping it 1,000.
Let's focus back on this. El Diamante, Andy Cruz put up a good fight, Sergio, but I agree with you. Just felt like down the stretch, Raymond Muratalla separated himself.
He did. He did. And look, like, was it competitive? Yes. But do I think, like, you can make a case Andy won? No.
Muratalla said he wants the winner of Teofimo and Shakur if he wins this fight. So keep
JB said Andy don't got enough power. He couldn't make Muratalla. Wow, they came out with those scorecards quick. Let's see. Let's hear it, y'all.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get a nice round of applause out here from both of these fighters. After 12 rounds of action here in Las Vegas, we go to the judges' score totals, and they read as follows. Max DeLuca, 114 even.
Draw. One head of the draw.
Tim Cheatham, 118, 110.
Woo!
Steve Weiss,
10-2.
116, 112.
8-4. Damn, them scorecards all over the place. And still. Ooh-wee. Man, I've been having a horrible start. To my motherfucking 2026, man. I'm getting fights wrong, left, and right. What the fuck going on, champ? What's going on? Do I really know boxing? Oh my God. What's going on, champ?
Let's go, champ. That's right. The real champ. I'm the champ, and you the chump. I'm the champ, and you the chump.
Keep running up these L's with these predictions, man.
Shut up, bitch.
Jesus Christ, man. This shit is absolutely insane.
Aren't you
This shit
embarrassed by
absolutely
this?
insane, bro.
You think I am? Well, you better slap your fucking self.
First time you defended that title, won that title here in the ring. What did it take to pull out this win?
Listen, I'm a champion at the end of the day. I came here to do what I was supposed to do, and I got the win tonight.
You knew Andy Cruz was a slick boxer. Your game plan seemed to be pressure, and more pressure. What were you going through in the ring?
Like you said, I was just putting pressure. I know he wasn't able to handle it, and taking them deep waters, 12 rounds, he wasn't able to handle it.
What do you think was working for you throughout the course of this fight?
Just the pressure, the smart pressure. I wasn't falling into
That's
it.
what I said, smart pressure.
And I was breaking it down.
When he was setting those traps, what do you think he was looking to do in these exchanges?
I'm sorry, can you repeat?
What do you think he was looking to do in these exchanges?
I don't know what he was planning to do. He was trying to counter me, but I wasn't allowing that.
You've been a guy that at 135 pounds have been undefeated for some time, but you've been overlooked in some ways for other fighters. What do you think you proved tonight?
That I'm a champion. I deserve to be here. I worked my ass off to get here, and it's showing.
When you prepared for this fight, a lot of people made Andy Cruz an early favorite. A lot of people looked at this as maybe just the coronation of a former Olympic gold medalist. What do you do? Did that motivate you during this fight?
That didn't matter to me. I don't care what his background was, who he was, where he's from. It didn't matter to me. I was in that gym working hard, here to win, and I did that.
You've got that belt around your shoulder. What do you want to do with it next?
I want to fight the biggest fights. I would like the winner of the 140, Shakur and Teo.
Congratulations, Raymond.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Sure and sweet. Let's hear what Andy got to say. Hit the likes, y'all. Hit the likes.
To win the fight. ¿Pensaste que habías hecho lo suficiente para ganar la pelea?
Siempre creo que puedo hacer mucho más, pero realmente siento que hice lo suficiente para merecer la victoria.
Well, to be honest, I always feel like I could do a bit more, but tonight, to be totally honest, I believe I did do enough and deserved the victory. You did seem to face a lot of pressure from Ray in this fight. What made it so difficult to deal with that pressure?
Sí, sufriste mucha presión por parte de Raymond. ¿Qué te hizo tan difícil lidiar con toda esa presión que te dio?
No, siempre dije que no iba a ser un combate fácil, y mucho menos. Raymond por algo es el campeón. Pero bueno, fue una buena batalla. Yo me vi vencedor, pero ya yo no sé qué decir.
To be honest, I always said it wasn't going to be an easy fight. I said there was a reason why he was a world champion. And, you know, today he beat me, and I've not really got much more to say.
You haven't seen the 11th or 12th round before in your professional career. How did you feel in those later rounds of the fight?
Nunca habías peleado hasta un round número 11, el número 12. ¿Cómo sentiste ahí peleando los últimos rounds, esos rounds de campeonato?
No, lo sentí bastante bien. Ya había debutado a 10 rounds. Ahora esta es mi primera vez que cumplo los 12. Me siento muy bien. Y más con un boxeador tan fuerte como Raymond. Pero bueno, estoy insatisfecho con la derrota, pero así es la vida, así es el boxeo. Y una derrota no me define.
Okay, so what I would say that, you know, I felt really good going in there. I remember that I made my debut over those 10 rounds. It's the first time that I'd done 12, you know, and I was in there with a really good fighter in Raymond Muratalla. But, you know, what I would say is that, you know, I'm not happy with the defeat, but, you know, that's life, and a defeat will not define me.
Appreciate the effort, Andy.
Gracias por el esfuerzo, Andy.
Gracias a ustedes por la pelea.
Thank you. Thank you for the fight. Guys.
He's a hell of a fucking translator.
From both of those fighters, Andy felt like he did.
He's a hell of a translator. Whoever that white boy is, he's a really good translator. He's one of the best that I've seen in a very long time, because that's a problem in boxing. There's horrible translators. I don't know why it's so hard to translate from Spanish to English with these motherfuckers, but that white boy got that translation shit on lock. So we're going to go ahead and exit out of all of that, man. We're going to tap into the Twitter universe to see what's going on over there. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of opinions in the building. You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to say this, man. Congratulations to Raymond Muratalla. I have been proven wrong once again. Dalton Smith proved me wrong with Subriel Matias, man, and Raymond Muratalla just proved me wrong with the Andy Cruz victory. Now, this just lets you know that, and this is what I gained from this whole thing, man, because I'm always looking to constantly learn in the sport of boxing. You never stop learning. You never know it all. When you feel like you know it all, it's a strong likelihood that you don't know shit. You feel what I'm saying? And I think that, you know, within January itself, it's not over yet. But within the first couple weeks of January in itself, it lets you know that just because a fighter hasn't showed it before doesn't mean that they don't have it. Just because the gun don't shoot don't mean that the gun isn't deadly. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm starting to gather with this whole situation. I can't sit here and make assumptions that a fighter cannot do something simply because I haven't seen it in a fight before. You know what I mean? There's guys who don't pull out tools unless it's absolutely necessary. And what I saw with Raymond Muratalla tonight was a career best performance, in my opinion. You see what I'm saying? I seen this dude, Raymond Muratalla, in previous fights get outboxed. You know what I'm saying? With Tevin Farmer. I seen him get hit with clean shots. I seen him have some defensive flaws, and he definitely was getting hit tonight. He didn't have like a defensively flawless performance whatsoever. But one thing about Raymond Muratalla, what he showed is that he could make up for those defensive flaws with the basics. He showed some great fundamentals tonight. He kept his hands up real nice and high. He came in behind a good jab. He mixed in some feints, good textbook combination punches. He went to the body. He was just very, very consistent throughout the duration of the fight, from round 1 to round 12. He imposed his size. He imposed his will. He imposed his experience. You know what I'm saying? Andy Cruz, 30 years old, has a very, very deep amateur pedigree, but I think it's safe to say at this point in time that just because you were successful in the amateurs doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to see instant success in the pros. We've seen Vasily Lomachenko compete for a world title in his second professional fight in his career. He came up short. Robeisy Ramirez lost his pro debut as a Cuban. You know, a Cuban fighter just like Andy Cruz. He lost his pro debut from what I understand. Then you go ahead and you got guys like I forgot what I was going to say. But just because you have this deep amateur pedigree doesn't mean you're going to see instant success in the pros. They're two totally different scenarios, right? So when I'm sitting here and I'm watching Andy Cruz, he had a lot of success in the fight with his counter punching ability, his combination punching overall. He seemed to be accurate. Whenever he let his hands go, he was hitting Raymond, but Raymond would just not take no for an answer, man. He kept pushing the pace. He kept being aggressive. He had really good shot selection, and it wasn't like reckless aggression that we were seeing. We were seeing intelligent pressure. You know what I'm saying? And he said it best. I said it while I was giving you guys the play-by-play of the fight. And he said it in his post-fight interview. It was intelligent pressure. And the reason why it was intelligent pressure was because he was coming in behind a sturdy jab. And, you know, he was building his combinations up off of that. He was freezing Andy Cruz in several moments throughout the fight where he really wasn't responding offensively. And we really seen a lack of experience on Andy Cruz's part in the professional rankings. Right? Because he has 6 professional fights. But at the end of the day, when you're 30 years old and, you know, you got a shit ton of amateur fights, they automatically assume. And plus, he was passing with flyer colors in his previous fights. So they thought that he would be ready for somebody like Raymond Muratalla, who actually showed flaws against an athletic outboxer and Tevin Farmer in the past. Well, this is what a lot of people fail to understand. People get better after those situations. You know what I'm saying? Morel with Benavidez, that's another great example, brother. Shout out to Tricks for pointing that out. You know what you're talking about. That's another great example. But what people fail to realize is that they see a fighter get exposed once and think that's automatically the key to beat them. That's not always the case. There are some fighters who actually learn from those situations. They go back in the lab because there's some fighters that lack accountability and they keep on doing the same thing over and over again and be upset when they get the same results. We seen Raymond Muratalla actually take that lesson with Tevin Farmer on the chin. You know what I'm saying? And he went on to learn from that. And he went up against somebody that we may deem as somebody who's, you know, a better outboxer, a better overall fighter than Tevin Farmer. And he passed this fight with flying colors, in my opinion, man. A lot of people had it tied up going into the 12th round. I really didn't see that. I mean, not in the 10th round. I seen people saying 5-5. I didn't see that whatsoever. Andy will have like a great beginning or end to a round, but it just the key thing with this was consistency. And I really felt like Andy Cruz lacked consistency from rounds 1 to rounds 12. You feel what I'm saying? Andy need to go down to 30. Well, you know, I don't know why I thought you were about to say Ray. Ray looked absolutely huge in that ring today, man. So him calling out the winner of Shakur Tiafimo, that makes a lot of sense because, in all honesty, man, Raymond Muratalla is definitely ready, just based off of how the way his frame looks and how the way he looked like he put on a lot of weight tonight. He's definitely he has a 140-pound frame and actually will be a solid sized 140-pounder, you know, amongst the elite guys, man. He proved to be elite today. Shout out to Raymond Muratalla. You proved me wrong, brother. I've been getting proven wrong all January. You know what I mean? I've been taking L after L, but it is what it is. That comes with, you know, the game. Boxing will always make you question how much you really know about it because it's that unpredictable. That's part of what makes the sport of boxing great. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't think anybody was anticipating this fight to go how the way it did. I thought that Andy Cruz was going to outclass Raymond Muratalla and get a unanimous decision and win, but there were some things that I didn't take into consideration, man. I didn't take into consideration, for one, although I put a lot of respect on his name, Robert Garcia, and his ability to make phenomenal game plans. Like, this man, Robert Garcia, doesn't get his credit for how the way he cooks up these game plans, man. Like, even though these turned out to be losses, like the approach that he took with Mayweather with the Maidana fight was brilliant. You know what I'm saying? So much so that, you know, it pretty much put Floyd in a situation where he had to run it back with him. the Marcos Maidana and Adrian Broner game plan, with the consistent jab from Marcos Maidana to break up, Broner's bullshit ass Philly shell. You know what I'm saying? The combination punching, the relentlessness, the aggression. Like Robert Garcia has shown time and time again to be the cream of the crop when it comes to trainers in the sport of boxing today. And this was just one of the moments where he proved to show how elite he really is. You see what I'm saying? So, man, like I said, shout out to Raymond Muratalla. You proved to be elite today. I was always big on Raymond Muratalla, but I did think that, the flaws that he had shown with that Tevin Farmer fight was going to end up catching up with him. But no, he learned from it. He got past that. He learned from it, got better from it, and then went on to show the people that just because you failed the test one time doesn't necessarily mean you're going to fail it again or do bad on the test, because he did, technically he did beat Tevin. But just because you may have done a little bad with a test in the past doesn't necessarily mean that that's going to happen again. There's some people who go back to the drawing board, correct their mistakes, and do better. You see what I'm saying? So great fight. It was definitely competitive. It was, especially in those beginning rounds, it was like high-level chess in there. They were both operating at a high level. Quickness was definitely on display. Reflexes was great. Great overall boxing, man. I loved when Andy Cruz was actually standing his ground, trusting his defense and his upper body movement and firing off combinations to expose holes in Muratalla's defense. It just lacked consistency. I don't know if it was Raymond Muratalla questioning his gas tank or trying to reserve his gas tank for the later rounds because he hasn't been that far into fights before. I don't know exactly what it is, but one thing that I'm almost positive in saying is that inexperience definitely played a part in this fight. I think Andy Cruz's lack of experience, because y'all always claim that, not the chat. I think we all understand how important experience is, but there's a lot of people who downplay how important experience is in high-level fights. And I think that's why Brian Norman lost to Haney. I think that's why Canelo lost to Floyd. You know what I mean? I think that's a reason why a lot of these dudes come up short. I think that's why Canelo had beat Jaime Munguia as easily as he did. I think that's why Edgar Berlanga's having a terrible time, in these fights that he's been having lately. Like, experience plays a major key in how the way your career goes, especially at a high level. And, Andy Cruz, listen, I understand he had a shit ton of amateur fights, gold medalist. He's 30 years old, so you can't really wait around and hope that, he peaks at a certain time. Like, you pretty much got to roll the dice with the dude. That's just the situation. He rolled the dice, didn't do terrible. Really didn't do terrible, but at the same time, you could tell that wasn't the best version of Andy Cruz. And I'm kind of excited to see how Andy Cruz bounces back off of this, because I think this is going to make him an even more dangerous fighter. I'm not about to sit here and shit on Andy Cruz at all. I think this is what's going to light a fire under him and make him an even more experienced fighter. You know what I'm saying? A more dangerous fighter. I think it's going to make him a more dangerous fighter, because now he has the reassurance within himself that he could go 12 rounds, that he has the gas tank to go through with 12 rounds, and he actually knows what it takes to really prepare for a championship level fight now. So I would like to see Andy Cruz stay at 135 pounds. You know what I mean? Don't you know what I mean? You ain't got to take a soft touch coming back. It don't need to be the toughest opponent, but it don't need to be the softest touch coming back or anything like that. You feel what I mean? Get you a solid opponent, because like I said, you are 30 years old. You really ain't got time to be wasting and shit like that. Get back in the mix, man. Y'all can name some people in the chat that that Andy Cruz could face on his comeback at 135 pounds. You know what I mean? I could probably run through some names real quick. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the lightweight rankings and see who he could come back and face that'll actually be a good fight for him. A good fight back for him would probably be like I wouldn't mind seeing him against a Baron Check. You know what I'm saying? I think that, that's not the craziest name, but it's a name nonetheless. He only got one loss. That'd be a good one for him. Joe Cordina. You know what I mean? He could take some fights like that and win those. You know what I'm saying? Don't take too much of a tough. It'll be a good one. Cuba versus Cuba. Him versus Javier Herrera. You feel me? I don't know if they would want to do that. You know what I mean? They seem to be all good friends and shit like that. But let me go ahead and send the link Let me send the link from my boy, from my official co-host Slime. Let me see exactly what Andy Cruz versus Edwin De Los Santos. That might be too much of a tough touch to come back to be honest with you. I wouldn't be looking at that coming off of a loss. But like I said, like a Dennis Baranchek, that'd be a good one. Javier Herrera, look, that's an undefeated guy. He just fought recently. He's available. I mean, I don't know exactly when Andy Cruz will come back. He probably come back around like late summer or whatever the case is. But regardless, congratulations to Raymond Muratalla, bro. He did really well. Consistency was the key. His experience was the key. His aggression, his size, his volume. It all played a part, man. Shout out to Robert Garcia for getting his fighter ready for that game, developing that game plan for one. Getting him in shape to, execute that game plan because that's not easy to do. To consistently apply pressure for 12 rounds, let your hands go for 12 rounds and absorb shots in the process and still have that mental fortitude to continue going. That's not an easy, thing to do. You feel what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. My boy Ree in the building, he said, I don't know why boy was ducking at first. Shout out more to Ty. Well, maybe he just wanted a lighter touch. You feel what I'm saying? Maybe like, all right, bro, like I just want my world title. Let me get like maybe he wanted a little safe title defense, whatever the case is. But you know what I mean? Sometimes when you put a motherfucker back against the wall, you bring the best up out of him. You feel me? So, Raymond Muratalla just made a statement at 135, man. Definitely made a statement. There was a lot of people that was overlooking Raymond. He seemed to be short to the point. You know what I mean? Didn't really care too much for what people had to say. But I'm sure he let them naysayers and detractors really motivate him in camp. That's for sure. Oh, yo, what up, Slime?
Yo, what's the word?
Chilling, bro. How you feeling?
I'm feeling. I feel. I'm very
You
feel.
really feel.
Yeah, I'm very feel.
Why are you really feel, sir?
I had Andy winning 9 rounds out of 3.
Man, you out here, rabbit ass mind. Andy?
Bro. Yes.
Andy won 9-3?
Yes. In my opinion.
You out your rabbit ass mind. Who told you that?
Me.
Stop listening to you, bro. 9-3 Andy?
Bro,
you got a lot to learn.
I think Anon
you just
had
hear
it.
me talking about you want to be a judge too? Hell no.
Nigga, I think Anonymous had it like 8-4.
8-4 who?
Andy, I think.
Shit, where Anonymous at? He need to be
Anonymous, I'm
brought up to the front
snitching.
of the congregation. He tripping.
Anonymous, I'm snitching right now.
Ain't no way.
Yo, I'm about to drop kick Rhea if I ever meet him in person.
My boy Slime going through it. All his mans keep losing.
Yo, I'm sick, bro. I'm tight, bro.
Where is Anonymous?
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. My stable is sick.
Anonymous, you had to score what? Hell no. It was just that Andy Cruz wasn't consistent enough for me, man. He was not consistent enough for me. It was like he'll start off well, but it's like, all right, bro, like you might have did well in the first minute and a half. He had an 8-4 Andy. That's crazy. That's crazy. I didn't even feel like that shit was close, bro. Like I'm sitting here.
You had Raymond Muratalla winning?
Yes.
Bro,
yes.
that's why your mustache look like they erased. They like somebody hit it with an eraser.
Nigga, what's your shit looking like? Nigga, we seen how your hair looked earlier. I got a cut, nigga. Look at you. Looking like somebody baby mom. This nigga got a DIY bonnet on. Telling niggas that he got a pimple patch. Like, yeah, you really a baby mom out here in these streets, nigga.
All right, bro.
Real niggas pop it themselves. Fuck is you talking about, nigga? Whole ass nigga with a pimple patch telling me something about my mustache.
Bro, I need to get a haircut. I need to get a haircut, bro.
This nigga got a V-neck for a fucking. Is that a V-neck?
Yeah.
This nigga got a V-neck bonnet on. This nigga different. That's how I know you not in the right state of mind. You know what I mean? You're not in the right state of mind, brother. You shouldn't be scoring fights when you got that shit wrapped around your head. This nigga out his motherfucking mind. Hold up, man. I gotta tell something to him and Anonymous. Hold on, I got something for you. You ain't never seen me with a pimple patch, Justin. I don't know what you talking
Yeah,
about.
we have. Yeah, we
No,
have
you haven't.
actually.
No, you
Yeah,
haven't.
on dogs we have, and I'll
No,
look up the lot.
no. It's not true. That's not true. My girl could
Okay.
attest to this.
Okay.
Shut up, bitch.
All right, bro. All right, like if niggas didn't see you with a yellow pimple
Shut up,
patch.
bitch.
I don't know what you. Well, that did not happen.
Who the fuck you
Who
think
said
I
we
am?
seen you with one?
Boy, you better slap your fucking self.
Yo, Justin. What color was the pimple patch, bro?
This nigga Justin said, "Oh my mama."
What color was that pimple patch? Tell me it wasn't yellow.
But the difference is, my girl put it on me. You went out your way and put that on yourself. You know what I'm saying? You went in your cabinet, you pulled that bitch
All right,
out,
bro.
and you laid that bitch out, and you put it on like this. You put that bitch on like this. Look.
All right, bro.
No, my girl be having pill. Yeah, I had one on. I'm just talking shit. But he said yellow, a star. It definitely was a star. Yeah, y'all niggas remember that? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyways, y'all niggas bugging with them scorecards, bro. Cause like, bro, y'all gotta watch it back, bro. Cause like I'm telling you, I'm rooting for Andy, so I'm trying to give a reason. I'm trying to find a reason to give Andy the rounds, bro. I'm like, that shit was close, and niggas in the chat like, no, it wasn't, Mark. I'm like, all right. So now I'm just staying quiet and I'm just letting niggas play their movie in the chat. I'm like, all right. But I'm sitting here and I'm like, yo, this nigga Andy, like, he had the right idea. Like, he had the right idea. Like, I really thought Raymond pulled that shit out. He said, how did I have it scored? I only gave Andy like 4 rounds. I only gave Andy 4 rounds. That like and you know, there could have been some swing rounds and shit like that, but for the most part, it's like and
I hope that
that
juice is dry.
Impossible. He said Jay said too much on his back foot. You could be on the back foot and win a fight. Like we see it happen all the time. It was a lack of consistency. Like he was letting Muratalla really dictate the pace of the fight. He was like whatever Muratalla wanted to do, that's what was happening during the round. It was like Andy Cruz was being a little bit too I don't want to say submissive, because that could be taken as disrespectful, but like he was just going with the flow type shit. Like you could tell it was just a lack of experience. You know what I'm saying? It was a lack of experience on Andy's side that really cost him this fight. It really wasn't a skill set thing. It really wasn't Raymond was just so much better. No, it wasn't that. It was just that you could tell that Andy ain't never been through this scenario. So he didn't really know how to approach this shit. It took him like midway through the fight to really start to figure out what was working for him. Like when he was actually sitting there, catching and firing right there in the center of the ring and not being so mobile, he was having a lot of success.
Man, yo, I already made my 135 debut in the chat, bro. In the group chat.
You said what?
I already made my 135 debut in the group chat.
135 debut, nigga. What you talking about? You?
Yeah. Look at the picture I made with ChatGPT in the group chat.
Oh my God. I'm not doing that with you, bro. I ain't got time for this shit.
Look at it.
Slime, you couldn't get nowhere near 135, nigga. You would struggle getting to 235.
Look at the look at the picture and you tell me what weight I'm in.
Oh my God. Nigga, if you was to make your 135 debut, you'd probably be like this in the ring.
Dead as hell.
Let me see. Let's see what this nigga talking about, man. I can't see it.
You gotta scroll up a little bit.
No, look, my shit. Oh, no, wait, I got it. Come on. Where's it at? I can't see it.
They chat. There's.
I got it. Hold on. And then another thing about Muratalla too, he didn't really let Andy like have too many moments. Like Andy would get off some shit and then Muratalla would get right with him. It was just the pressure, the consistency, the volume. Like he didn't allow Andy to control the narrative throughout the course of the fight at all. I can't see it.
Hold on.
Yeah. I'm scrolling through all these texts. I don't see no images.
Hold on, I'm gonna resend it. I'm gonna resend it in the chat. I just sent it again.
What the fuck?
Your phone's tweaking?
Gotta be. Yeah. Oh, okay. Bro, this nigga look like he smoked rocks. That is not you, brother. A black tank top is crazy though.
That's what I was wearing in the picture.
Yeah, you tripping. That's 50 Cent walking you out.
Yeah. This nigga, Ghost said it was Diddy.
He disrespectful as shit. Anyways, get back to the fight, bro. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know if it's a matter of me just having to watch it back again. Let me see what Anonymous said, because I didn't get to read it. He said, I seen Andy landed so many punches, even won exchanges on the inside, sniping with right hands, consistent jab, like he did a lot. I was seeing Muratalla landing some effective body shots. I seen him landing good, starting his combinations with good jabs. He was getting some he was having a lot of opportunities with his jab as well. And he was just punching in combinations. And even though he may have not been hitting Andy clean, because like the whole time, it was really just him. That's him controlling the fight is what made me think that he won. For real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like ring generalship, I thought Raymond Muratalla just dominated that section. Effective aggression, I thought Raymond Muratalla dominated in that whatever the fuck in that criteria. I thought he dominated in that section too. Defense, definitely Andy Cruz. He's more elusive than Raymond Muratalla, so he definitely had great moments there as well. You know what I'm saying? But like clean, effective punches, it felt like, I don't know. Andy Cruz didn't really show to be hurt or anything like that, but it just looked like it looked like his punches had more of an effect than Andy's did. So just based with all of that together, like I really felt like Raymond really pulled that shit off, bro. I think consistency and experience really played a factor tonight. Like I said, I don't think Raymond was just super better than Andy. It looked like Andy was the more skilled guy. But if you put some real pro experience in front of Andy, he beats Raymond. That's just me. I just think they took advantage of something that Andy was lacking in, the experience department. That shit really plays a factor. And there's so many people that I've heard say that, oh, experience don't win fights, resumes don't win fights. Go ahead and tell Andy that. Go ahead and tell Loma that when he lost to Salido. Go tell Robesi Ramirez that when he lost his pro debut. Like, come on, bro. Like, no, that's a lie, bro. So, all in all, it was a great fucking fight, especially in the early rounds, bro. It was like I said, it was like high speed chess. Like the motherfuckers was thinking like a million miles a second. You know what I mean? Really putting them things together. Andy Cruz, very, very sharp counter punching. He showed great inside game, good defense on the inside too. I felt like if Andy would have did that more consistently, he probably would have won the fight. Because when he was sitting in the pocket and he was going and he was really he was catching and shooting, you know what I'm saying? He was picking off Muratalla. I think that's when he was having his best moments. If he would have just worked on that more, I think he would have beat him.
Whatchamacallit? I think they need to run that back.
I would love to see that rematch. But They didn't even ask him about a rematch. They didn't even ask Muratalla about a rematch. But whatever judge scored at 10-2, what judge scored at 10-2? Them niggas was drunk. That was horrible judging tonight. Horrible judging. And I just seen what Greg Hackett just said about the situation on Twitter. Greg Hackett just spoke on that, man. I feel super bad for Greg because that was like his platform to really shine as a coach. You know what I mean? Because everybody seemed to shit on Greg Hackett as a pro. And, you know, he's coaching at a high level in this fight. And I thought Jesse beat Khalil Coe. I ain't even going to lie. What y'all thought?
I thought the same thing.
So Greg Hackett responded. He said, Vegas ain't no joke. Hashtag, them tickets went crazy. Feel bad for the man, bro. I ain't even going to lie to you. They really did a number on Jesse. Super bad, bro.
Bro,
like
they
Khalil
literally
Coe,
yo, those judges need to be shot. Like firing range, like
not
not firing
one
range, firing squad.
judge had Jesse winning. Like, wow. And that was like one of the joints. It was like super clear, bro. Like Jesse won the first 2 rounds. Right? I mean, 4 rounds. I'm sorry. Jesse won the first 4 rounds. Easy. 5, 6. Wait, let me see. 5. Jesse got hurt in the 6th round. So I think Khalil got like 3 rounds. I think he got like 5, 6, or 7. 5, 6, or 7. What was those rounds that Jesse? So was it? So with him getting those 4 rounds, and plus he had the point deduction, you really getting 5 rounds off top, in my opinion. Am I tripping? I don't remember how the way I had that shit scored, but I know that I gave the last 2 rounds to Jesse, 9 and 10. So I'm like, all right, this motherfucker won 6-4. Like it was just so clear. Like Khalil wasn't doing enough to make me feel like, yeah, they took a point off Hart too. That's a fact. Yeah, sure. But even though it's 6-4, that means if he won 6 rounds to 4, and they took a point off each guy, he still would be up. Let me do the numbers real quick.
That was disgraceful fucking judging.
So 10 rounds, 6 rounds.
Bro, and then this nigga slamming him was such a bitch move, bro.
It really was, but that's how you know Jesse had his number. I don't know why, like, and I'm not disrespecting Greg's coaching or anything like that, but when Greg was telling him like, you know, like sit there and all that shit, I was like, bro, no, that's definitely not what should be done. When he come on, I'll talk to him about it. I don't remember exactly what he said word for word, but he was saying something about like, you know, sitting there with Khalil, and I'm like, yo, Khalil's strong as shit right now. You see how the way he tossed Jesse? See, like, and then when he would punch Jesse, that shit look like it had an effect on Jesse. I'm like, no, Jesse good when he keep that jab on him, he turning him, and whenever Khalil try to close the gap, he just tie him up.
Yo, Jesse was dead tired at one point, bro. Like bad.
Yeah, but he got if you peep, he got his second win because
Not
I
facts.
think it was like
The 8th round.
It was like around like the 6th round, he had gotten hurt, and then like the 7th round, he was tired too. Then like in the 8th, he started getting his bearings back. You feel me? And then 9 and 10, he closed it out. I thought he closed it out well. Khalil didn't have no moments in either one of those rounds. So how the fuck can you tell me that he lost that fight? How can you tell me Jesse lost that fight? Those first 3 rounds with the point deduction, they gave him 4 rounds. Then he goes and he wins the last 2. It's like I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. Them judges was absolutely disgusting. And then when I'm hearing Greg's urgency in the corner, I'm kind of confused as to why. But then I'm thinking about it. I'm like, yo, Greg been here before. No, 93 Octane said Greg was over animated. I don't think so, because look what happened. Was he really over animated? I think he knew he knew what it was hitting for. Because look, put yourself in Greg's perspective, bro. Greg been a B-side fighter his whole career. B-side fighter. He's fell victim to being robbed, the politics. Like don't nobody know the politics of boxing like Greg. There's not many people who could tell you about getting fucked over by boxing more than Greg Hackett. He's experienced it firsthand. So he knows what it is when you coming into that situation under those conditions. You on a matchroom card in Vegas where they love to gamble. They allowed the fight to happen still, even with because even if Jesse Hart begged for the fight to happen, that shit would have happened at any other state athletic commission. They would have said no.
Nah, facts.
New York would have said no. Philly would have said no. You know what I mean? That's the ones that had direct. Maybe Cali would have said no. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that they still let it happen, it put me in the mind frame where I was like, yo, like Jesse gotta win this joint. And part of the reason why I was saying that was because it seemed like Jesse like had a target on his back from the rip. You feel what I'm saying? So you on Eddie Hearn's card against the Eddie Hearn fighter in Vegas. Eddie Hearn got 6+ figures behind Khalil Coe, just hoping that he give him his return on investment. You think they're about to let this 36-year-old Jesse Hart just walk away clean with a fucking victory and had their money all fucked up? Hell no. So when I'm hearing Greg go off in that corner, it's valid. At first, I was confused. I'm like, damn, like Greg really in his bag. But when he telling him they not gonna give you this shit, yeah, they not. I was like, yeah, they not. And I'm
That nigga could have dropped Khalil Coe every single round, and they would have still gave it to Khalil Coe
Now,
if
that
he
would
wouldn't
have
have
been
stopped him.
crazy, but I get what you're saying, though. You know what I'm saying? I get where you coming from. Like, it's just it was just that fight was so easy to score. That's the crazy part. It wasn't like, oh, that shit was close, man. That was a swing round. Bro, Khalil didn't engage enough. He didn't let his hands go enough to make me feel like, oh, well, this round could have went that way, and this round could have went that way. No, it was an easy outboxing. It was easy outboxing. The jabs, the 1-2s. He put even when Jesse was dead tired, he ripping the Khalil body. Khalil not responding. They said this nigga landed 54 punches in 10 rounds. Nigga, that's literally 5 punches a round. It's 5.4 punches a round.
That's insanity.
Yeah. Yeah, I think my math checks out. Like, nigga, you barely landed 6 punches a round. And somehow, some way that correlates to you winning how? You ain't dropped Jesse. You ain't pulverizing nigga. Like, you ain't do none of that.
I mean, I think they counted the slam. I think they gave that.
Yeah, that might have been a 10-8 or something. That slam might have been a 10-8. I don't know who to get that round to, but that nigga Cole hit Jesse Hart with a suplex. So we're gonna have to give him that round. Did you see how the way he just fucking DDT Jesse Hart? We gotta give it to him. Hit this nigga with the rock bottom.
Nigga hit him with a attitude adjustment.
Yo, like I'm trying to figure out like how did they just have it so one-sided? What was the one scorecard that was fucking disgusting? Oh wait, let me pull that shit up. Let me pull that shit up right now. We about to talk about these judges, bro. Hold on. So now Jesse Hart is 31-4, 36 years old. Where does Jesse Hart go from here? Insane. So, shout out to this dickhead named Eric Cheeks. Eric Cheek, of course, that would be your name. Let's highlight these fucking weirdos.
Andy Cruz is now 6-1.
Yes. So Eric Cheek had it 92-96 in favor of Khalil Coe. Patricia Morse, who seemed to have the most sense and is still a fucking idiot. Let's show this girl's face. And I don't give a fuck who fell away about it. Come hit me up. Shout out to Patricia with her stiff ass wig on. She had this shit a draw. She was able to score this shit a draw. Shawty probably ain't never throw a 1-2 in her motherfucking life.
She looked like if a skunk turned into a human.
She dead ass look like she bite niggas, and that's who they got scoring the fight. So then David Sutherland, somebody that I've been, look at this guy. This American.
He looks racist as fuck.
I ain't even gonna say that. This motherfucker look like American Dad over here scoring fights on this motherfucker. 95
Give him glasses. He's Peter Griffin.
Khalil Coe. These are the motherfuckers we gotta pay attention to, bro. These the niggas that don't deserve to be in boxing. Lorenzo said she look like Wanda Sykes. That's crazy. That's hilarious, actually. But this nigga named Eric Cheek. He's from Nevada. Let's see what other fights he scored. He actually has scored a lot of fights. Trying to see something. Let's see if he got a controversial fight under his belt. He had Eastside Cruz, Angel Fierro, 98-92. Wasn't that a close, John?
Angel Fierro won that fight, in my opinion.
It's the people we gotta pay attention to, yo. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, Eric Cheek, David Sutherland, and Wanda Sykes out here wilding with her stiff ass wig. That bitch wig stiffer than Jamal Charlo jab. Let's go, champ.
Let's go, champ. That's right. The real champ. Look at you. You up there shivering. Let's go, champ.
Wig stiffer than Auntie Skull locks.
I'm the champ, and you the chump. I'm the champ, and you the chump.
Yo, Lorenzo said that her wig stiffer than Alicia Clit. That's fucking crazy.
Aren't you embarrassed by this? Who the fuck you think I am? Boy, you better slap your fucking self.
That motherfucker know how to cook. That nigga know how to quiet a room. That's for sure.
Yo, someone time out Lorenzo for 1 minute.
You gotta sit him down for a little bit. I did it, bro. I had to do it.
He gotta sit down for 60 seconds.
That's crazy.
Yeah!
What? Tripping. Lorenzo gotta sit down. That nigga in Japan wilding.
Yo.
You did, like, I'll be saying some wild shit, but that's top tier. Like, you know she sue niggas, right? You gonna have Alicia trying to sue Mazuma TV.
I got like $70,000 in my pocket. If you body me, you can take the money. Right now. I hate you, nigga. Let's die.
I'm cool, bro. I don't want no smoke with Alicia lawyers, cuz I ain't say that shit. I just read what somebody wrote. So please don't sue me. I ain't got shit for you anyway. I ain't gonna lie. So yeah. Doubt. Yeah. So fuck Patricia Morris, fuck Eric Cheek, and fuck David Sutherland too. They all weird and they look like they all stink. So fuck them. So that's pretty much that. 93 Octane said, what's the likelihood they run it back? Very unlikely, to be honest with you. I think Matchroom is going to do a little reset with Andy Cruz, probably getting back on a winning streak, and then probably try to get him to fight for another title. I do think Andy Cruz grows from this. I do think this makes him a better fighter. I don't think this is the end of the world for Andy Cruz because there's this stigma in boxing that when somebody loses, it's over for them, or they overrated, or they overhyped. You know what I mean? That's not always the case. Some people have to experience some things in order to come back better. You know what I'm saying? Like Marvin Hagler lost early on in his career. Bernard Hopkins, greatest fighter to come out of Philly, in my opinion. He lost his pro debut. They come back and they just go on missions. You feel what I'm saying? And I don't know if that's what Andy Cruz is going to do. This might be something that changes the entire dynamic of his career. Only time will tell. But what I do know is that he's definitely gonna know what and what not to do moving forward. And experience is really the best teacher. So he'd be all right. He got a great trainer, he got a great team behind him, but experience is going to teach him more than any one of those people. So he'd be all right. Yeah, Sarah Ali said, how y'all see Raymond versus Abdullah fight play it out in y'all opinion? That's a great fucking fight. But the problem is Raymond's he's not gonna be able to approach Abdullah how the way he approached Andy. That's a no-no. He's gonna have to be very intelligent. Abdullah's a totally different type of style. This is somebody who could match volume with Raymond Muratalla. He'll sit in the pocket with Raymond Muratalla and he'll let that shit go. And he definitely has power. He has good punch placement. And that kid is relentless.
Make it happen.
That's a dangerous fight for both guys, to be honest. But Abdullah, that's a different type of monster you dealing with. You feel what I'm saying? So,
in 2026, I have a new hated fighter.
Who is that?
Raymond Muratalla.
Oh shit!
It's smoke with him. I need him to fight Tank after this nigga gets out of jail if he ever turns himself in ASAP.
Yeah.
Hell no! Trash ass nigga! Shut up, bitch!
That's crazy. My boy Slime in his bag. Y'all heard that? He said, fuck Terrence Crawford. He said, fuck all of them. He on Raymond Muratalla. He just added Raymond Muratalla to the hit list. I heard it here.
It's over for him. I even made my 135 debut and all that.
Oh shit!
It's over
Raymond,
for him.
You in trouble. You in trouble, man. Agent 86 said, you like Cruz like that?
Yeah. He was winning the whole fight, in my opinion. He won 9-3, bro. I don't care what any nigga says.
Julian Frank said we need that. I'm doing some heinous sound. Bro, trust me. I'm gonna get that together for you. Don't even worry about that.
Bro, I was just gonna tell you, press that button too.
Heinous to this nigga. I'm really retarded.
I'm gonna do some heinous to that nigga.
Yeah. We're gonna get that right. Trust me. Rouse said, Top Rank is hyped. They got a chance to do an in-house unification. Abdullah versus Raymond. Very true indeed, brother.
Make it happen.
Very
ASAP.
true indeed. So the champions of the division now are Raymond, Abdullah. The WBA pretty much vacant. And then Shakur. Yeah.
I think Andy Cruz should try to run for that one.
For the WBC?
Hey.
The WBA. He could get some shit popping in the WBA. He definitely can.
He needs to do that ASAP.
But Raymond he calling niggas out at 140. So probably it's gonna happen is he gonna vacate that belt and then Andy gonna grab it.
Bro. And if he moves up to 140, fight Jermaine Ortiz after he beats Keyshawn Davis. I'm on your ass. And if you beat fucking Jermaine Ortiz, I'm gonna hit Robert Garcia with a bat in his knees.
Hey, son, I'm gonna tell you something. I think you're gonna be real upset this year, man. I think you're gonna have a tough year, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I think you're gonna have a real tough 2026.
You think Keyshawn Davis beats Jermaine Ortiz? They might rob him. I'm gonna say this.
I'm gonna do some studying, bro.
I'm gonna say this. If they rob Jermaine Ortiz,
2026, bro.
If they rob Jermaine Ortiz, I won't be surprised, but I'm gonna flip out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I won't be surprised. They've robbed him twice already. Easy. Like, there's no doubt in my mind he's already been robbed twice. That nigga should be undefeated right now.
Crown Jewel said Cruz looked like he wasn't in a fight, but Muratalla was busted up. Yeah, but we all know that don't really mean much. You know what I mean? How the way somebody's face look don't really say shit. But you know, it is what it is. 93 Octane said Brad Goodman loves to brag that top ranked fighters have a winning record over other promotions. I mean, that's what he's supposed to do. Ain't he like the fucking matchmaker for Top Rank, or he's something? Who Brad Goodman? Does he do the matchmaking, or is he like the CEO? Let me see.
Bro, I'm gonna say this. I don't see a way Jermaine loses to Keyshawn Davis unless he gets caught with a punch you don't see and gets clipped, or they rob him. Because Keyshawn's not outboxing him, and he doesn't have the experience to really perform the way he thinks he's gonna perform against Jermaine Ortiz. Jermaine's just gonna give him, and Jermaine's really good at adapting. He could adapt, bro. If he feels like he's losing the fight, he's gonna switch it up.
Crown Jewel said it means he landed the cleaner, more effective shots, even though Muratalla was to be the puncher. That's not necessarily true neither, because people's faces react differently to punishment. I've seen Subaru Matias get lit the fuck up in fights and face look absolutely clean. So I think I don't think that necessarily means cleaner, more effective shots was landed on Muratalla because Muratalla swelled up more. People's faces hold up the punishment different. It seemed like and I don't know exactly what it is. I don't know what the science is behind it, but it seems like the more melanated people, like the darker people, seem to have more of a tolerance for punches for some reason.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Like melanated people don't get as bruises. None of that shit.
It's not necessarily that you
I
just
thought
know.
Raymond Muratalla won clearly. So, and
You're
Andy
blind.
was too, though. Andy
You're
was
blind. You're
Andy
blind,
was getting
sir.
hit. Huh?
You're blind, sir.
Okay. Chef Dre said Keyshawn the corniest boxer alive, man. Yo,
Yes,
niggas
he
really
is.
don't like Key. That's
No,
hilarious.
actually, no, he's not. It's Ryan. Ryan's the corniest boxer alive. Like in history. Like he's the corniest.
My step pop was saying like, my step pop was telling me, he like, man, I can't stand that nigga Ryan, bro. But he just might beat Mario. I'm like, bro, I don't even want to think about that shit, bro. I really don't.
Bro,
What I think about Madramov's performance? Well, I was putting my son to sleep, so I wasn't watching it like attentively. You know what I'm saying? But from what I was seeing, Madrimov definitely ain't look like himself. In my
that fight
opinion.
was ass.
He said, watch it without the biased commentators on. I did. I was commentating. You know what I mean? So Reese said, Mark, what you think about niggas criticizing Bozzy on Cruz law? I mean, that's the easy thing for people to do. You feel what I'm saying? I think that's very disrespectful because when he was winning, everybody was claiming that Bozzy was doing a phenomenal job with him. Then when he come up short in the fight, all of a sudden, Bozzy ain't shit. You see, niggas is wish-washy like this, and that's why a lot of fans don't really get appreciated by boxers. You know what I'm saying? That's why they don't really like to do interviews. That's why people don't really like to engage with motherfuckers, because y'all so flip-floppy. Bozzy is a phenomenal trainer. He's one of very few trainers who have built fighters from the ground up and made them world champion, or actually had them ranked, in the world at their craft. And a lot of the niggas that's criticizing them ain't never do that and never been great number 1, number 5, number 10 in the world in anything in their life. You feel what I'm saying? So it's really easy to criticize somebody like Bozzy on this, but at the end of the day, that man done put real years into the game. We talking like 40 plus years of hard work and consistency. You know what I mean? So to downplay that man because his fighter took an L, that's very disrespectful. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna tell y'all something. You could have the greatest trainer in the world. You could have the best team in the world. But one thing they can't get, and you could buy all of that. You could buy the top trainers. You could buy a good team. You can't buy experience, brother. You can't buy experience. That's something that you just gonna have to go through, man. That man, like Andy Cruz, has 6 professional fights in the lead up to this fight, bro. I don't give a fuck how many amateur fights he had. The amateur system and the pro system is not the same. So he learned something. Now, when he's able to bounce back and, you know, he wins the world title, people going, you know, go back to being on Bozy Dick. It is what it is.
All right, I'm about to get up out of here, man. Andy Cruz won. I think they robbed him. They robbed Jesse Hart for sure. Fuck Raymond Muratalla when it's smoke with you till I die. I hope you lose all your fights. Fuck you. All right, yo, fuck Southpaw TV. I'm out of here.
Oh man, this nigga tripping. That's slime for y'all though, man. But yeah, for sure. So let me see. It's so crazy how fickle motherfuckers is though. Like, y'all really throwing dirt on that man's name when he really gave his life to boxing and really did some great shit in the sport. So when he was winning world titles with Stephen Fulton, you know what I mean? When the motherfucker Andy Cruz reacts to his Olympic rival Andy Cruz. Keyshawn Davis reacts to his Olympic rival Andy Cruz losing to Raymond Muratalla. Well, let's take a look at this.
$114 even. The score totals, and they read as follows. Max DeLuca, 114 even. Tim Cheatham, 118, 110. Steve Weisfeld, 116, 112. All in the winner by majority decision. And still, champion of the world, Raymond Muratalla.
That nigga, bro, I see why niggas don't like him, bro. He's a fucking cornball. Like, you praising another nigga beating him when you fought him 4 times and couldn't do shit with him. You are super fucking corny, bro. Like, regardless of whether he's your rival or not, regardless of whether he be trolling you on social media and shit like that, like, you going out, because I ain't never seen Andy Cruz root for your downfall or nothing like that at all, unless like you fought him, of course. But I never seen Andy disrespect you. I never seen Andy root for you to lose in any of your fights, especially your first world title fight. I ain't never seen him do that. So the fact that you really sitting there just playing this big ass joke, thinking it's funny to laugh at somebody who lost, it's crazy. You feel what I'm saying? But that, you know, do we put anything past Keyshawn Davis, bro? He's one of the corniest motherfuckers in the sport of boxing, bro. And you got a lot of nerve. He got a lot of nerve to be at a fight pretty much making fun of somebody losing when you literally found a way out of your last fight. Like, how the way you went out in the last fight you were supposed to have, you shouldn't be sitting nowhere near no arena laughing and doing all the fucked shit that you doing, bro. You literally found your way out of a fight in your last fight because you ain't, like, your own team was talking about that shit. Like, this a nigga who was sitting here talking about he was drinking every day in the lead up to a fight. Like, bro, you're a fucking clown, bro. I really do not like this nigga at all, bro. I swear I don't. Yeah, J Cash said no integrity. I ain't forget the Nair Albright situation. Oh yeah. You were supposed to beat Nair Albright too, but you know, you want to smoke weed in the lead up to the fight like a dummy, and then you have your brother fight him, he get his ass whooped. And you blame your team for putting your room right next to his. Who the fuck told you to go into his room? You goofy ass nigga. This nigga's is fucking super cornball, bro. But anyways, that's Keyshawn for you. What the fuck can we do about that? You know what I mean? You being talented, you having money, you being successful will never change the fact that you a corny motherfucker. So it is what it is. Let me see. Let me see who else. Wait, what? Stephen Fulton said that would have been me if I made that weight, no lie. What? What is he talking about? That would have been me if I made that weight, no lie. I don't know what he talking about. Which I think Cool Boy talking about. Hey, baby. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. Fuck, y'all. My son woke up. Let me see. He said Zaquin Moses looked sharp today too. I didn't really get to see him. I actually didn't get to see him at all. By the time I had tuned in, they was already announcing him the winner. So I mean, if he looks sharp, that's good, man. They're doing a great job developing him. But I did see, I think that was the first fight I missed, honestly. So, you know, shout out to Zaquin, bro. He looked like a talented young kid that's on the come up right now. They just got to keep molding him. You know what I mean? Keep giving him good fights, and he'll be on his way. I don't know how far he get, but he'll be well on his way for sure. Keep Nico Ryan. He a weirdo, bro. Like, I don't even know how anybody could really fuck with dude. Like, the fact that he got fans is crazy. Trying to see what the people talking about on here. Devin Haney said I wasn't hip to Muratalla game. He nice. Mm-hmm. Jean Sattel felt like Raymond Muratalla won. He said, I think Muratalla is clearly controlling the real estate and landing the harder punches. He felt like Muratalla clearly won. Yeah, me too. Me too. But I ain't gonna lie, my son waking up kind of threw off my rhythm. So I think I'm gonna just go ahead and call it a night on the live, man. Shout out to everybody that came through and showed love, man. We've been on here for 3 hours straight. You feel what I'm saying? Thoughts on Israel Majumov? I already had spoke about him, but just because it's tricks, I'm gonna go ahead and repeat myself. I was watching, not consistently, but I was watching, and based off of what I saw with Israel Majumov, he definitely don't look the same. Could have been the ring rust, could be the illness that they said that he had. He said that he's on a 12-month treatment for his ammonia, so obviously that was really serious. If that's the case, I don't even know why he decided to come back if he's still dealing with those issues. That was definitely a tough fight for him. He almost stopped him in the last round, so it was he showed shades of himself, but it definitely wasn't all the way there with him. But I also seen that the zone, the commentators are talking about how, Jaron Ennis may possibly be an option. Majumov may be an option for Jaron Ennis if he isn't able to get the Virgil Ortiz fight. Is that a fight that I want to see? Absolutely not. That version of Israel Majumov will get packed up, shipped out, expedited with the quickness, fucking around with Jaron Ennis. I want to see the Israel Majumov that faced Terrence Crawford and the wins prior to that. I don't want to see this current version of Majumov going up against Boots whatsoever. So that's what I think about that. But congratulations, he back in the winning column, and hopefully he gets his health situation fixed, ASAP, so we can continue having the great 154-pound division. The great 154-pound division that we currently have, man. And we can't have this great division without having great fighters. So that's how I'm going to wrap up the live, man. Hope you guys have a blessed, beautiful one. I'm up out of here, man. Peace.